Hey, greetings everybody. It is I, your favorite Satanic streamer, Count Jackula, here with Satanic Sunday. The beautiful lady that you've been staring at with lust in your eyes is Queenie Martha. You can find her at, well, there's just, yeah, there's them pairs of social media links up there in the upper right-hand corner. Yeah? Hey, are we sound happening? Is sound happening? We seem to be having some sort of potential. My sound feedback thing is not showing for some reason. Okay, there's sound. Great. I guess I'll just have to trust it. Oh, man. So, how is everyone today? Ah, there we go. That's better. That's better. Now it's back. It's back as we are live and direct on Network 23. Let me change that date because apparently I can't do nothing without getting one thing wrong. It's not the 12th. It's the 19th. I don't even know why it's on the 12th. It should say, like, should be giving me Thursday's date, but I don't know. Captain Goat, how you doing? How is it? Joe Kerr? Kyra, dying of heat. My AC broke. Oh, so sorry about that. So sorry. You know. As far as Scream Queen is concerned, like I'm gonna make a make a very important clarification. Scream Queen is not necessarily the final girl. For example, Lynette Quigley's Scream Queen, she's usually not the final girl. She's usually the slutty chick that gets killed early on, or about like 2/3 of the way through the movie. But she's a Scream Queen. Elvira is not a final girl, but she's a Scream Queen. She's kind of technically, even though she's not usually in horror movies, she's usually in comedies. What's her name from Demons? She gets turned to a demon very early on. She's considered a Scream Queen. Yeah. Hey, Yogi David Us, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Yeah, would you consider the vampires from Vampire? Oh, fuck yeah! Like, well, he's okay. How to put it? Much like, yeah. The problem with the one from Vamp is that Grace Jones, and I feel like that's in another strata. I think that's a different strata. And that is, like she is just a star, period. Or she was. I think she's still. I don't know if she's still alive. Actually, is Grace Jones still alive? Grace Jones. Yeah, she's still alive. But she is like she's a star, like just period. So that like kind of puts you a cut above. Like that's why like Jodie Foster is not considered a Scream Queen, even though she's been in a lot of horror movies, because she's like a legitimate star. Like, and that's a little that's on a little that's a different strata. Yeah. So many Scream Queens become the final girl once or twice, but you don't have to be a final girl to be a Scream Queen. That is absolutely correct. Like, one of the ones that kind of straddles the line, I think, would be Sharon Tate. She was a legit star, but she was like largely a legit star for horror movies and then being killed by the Manson family. So you go either way with that one. Brooke is saying, yay, wholesome yogi Mahan goodness. We don't need any of that. That wholesomeness. Oh. Dirty and somewhat inappropriate, I think, would be That's the way it should go. Oh, you're trying to fix ACs. Oh, geez. All right, so before we get started, you're sad today. Let you have this. Well, you can have the love. I'm just saying, let it be a little nasty. It's not about how good or bad Mahan looks like, Brooke. Jesus. A little bit different. All right, but there is a couple of things I want to share with you today. Later in the week, we should have a special guest, but I won't tell you who it is. But it'll be really awesome. You will keep y'all should follow my Twitter and Instagram and all that shit for the announcement because because it'll be great. It'll be fucking awesome. The other thing is we are living in great times, amazing times. I don't even know. Like how to put it. So let's just jump right in. Let's get a visual aid up here. Hold on. I just realized I could probably find something even better. Yeah, here we go. Oh, get ready, people. Get ready, people. This is going to be good. Get your vibrators ready. Get your dildos out. Whatever you need. This is going to be amazing. Carl Benjamin, a.k.a. Sargon of Akkad. The UKIP be getting known in UK politics as the UKIP guy that made rape jokes and but more importantly, has milkshakes thrown at him. This is the other day was the fourth time Carl Benjamin has been pelted with a milkshake during a rally or appearance. And people are calling it political violence. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was about politics, not your feelings. Facts over feels, right? Ooh. Oh, political violence. Hey, stop playing the victim, man. Stop playing the fucking victim. Speaking the wrong thing. What? Yeah. And so to celebrate Sargon of Akkad getting hit with his fourth milkshake, I got a milkshake. But don't worry, if you're lactose intolerant, Carl, it's soy. So good. And apparently in a piece of this is American milkshake, this ice cream, and some sort of milk-based product. Oh, yeah, that milkshake brings all the fucking liberal his milkshake brings all the soy boys to the yard. Oh, yeah. Anyway, one of the things is that you got to realize about the milkshake in UK is apparently the UK milkshake is just like milk and flavoring. So it ain't even like cold ice cream. I thought you were used to having milk thrown on you from being at all those rallies where they pepper spray people. Shouldn't you be used to that? Ooh, can't take it. Oh, hold on. Let's have another one. Flashman sake, Jack, please tell me you watched There Will Be Blood today. Well, you mean the fucking the movie? Yeah. You're talking about like I drink your milkshake. Yeah.
That milkshake was thrown by the historical Sargon of Akkad.
Oh man, yeah, the real Sargon of Akkad like fucking reached through time and space, stopped off at a Mickey D's, picked up a milkshake, and then threw it at Carl Benjamin. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, like no, we're all drinking at the Korova Milkshake bar at this point. And speaking of things that have titties in it, we're gonna. No, sorry, hang on.
Milkshake is politics. A Clockwork Orange reference.
Oh, so good. So good. I could not. No, I'm going to be honest. When this started happening, I came a little bit. I ain't too proud. I fucking jizzed my jeans just a little bit. I was like, oh, woo! You know, damn, that was good. I mean, like, it ain't Queenie Martha Titties good, but it's good. It's good. It's real good. You know, oh. Have I seen John Wick 3 yet? Horror Guru did. Yeah, Horror Guru did. Apparently it's amazing. Let's see. Short Fat Talker says UK has a large number of acid attacks right now. Someone's going to put acid in a milkshake. Okay. You know what happens if you put an acid in a milkshake, right? It neutralizes it. So, yeah. And by the way, I don't. Oh, they're gonna put acid in milkshakes. I'm sure. Yeah, and if for some reason they just put it in a cup, you gotta tell me. Oh, like how are you gonna do that without burning your fucking hand? It's a paper fucking cup, man. And even if you get like one of them plastic ones, plastic melts faster with acids. Unless you're gonna do like I mean, you could do glass. You could do glass if you really wanted. You know, glass would work, but then you might as well just throw glass at somebody. You know what? You worried Carl Benjamin gonna be Two-Face? Like, for real? Oh man, it's gonna be the shittiest Batman villain ever. Oh my god. Right, I'm Two-Face, and you know, he's got his like double-headed Sargon of a con coin. You know, like I don't even think we need Batman for that. You know, I think Short Fat Taco, you just need to be Fat Man, and like that, he'll be your villain. He'll be your Batman villain. He'll be your Batman. He'll be your Two-Face. There you go. Toe-Face. Oh man. Oh, high-end base chemicals in. Yeah. Like, no, milk is one of those things you use to neutralize acid. It's not the best, but it will do. You know? Come on. I mean, taste the chrome! As Philip Rubin says. Are we talking about hard-on of a cod? No. We're talking about limp dick of a cod. No. We can't put hard-on in there. It's just... We might be able to go with Harkonnen of a cod. I mean, he ain't that fat, but we could pretend. You know? I just like, oh man, there's a fucking parody. Sargon of a cod and like a fucking big fucking fat man floating chair. And fucking with like either Dave Rubin or fucking what's his name, Milo Yiannopoulos is fucking staying fade, lovely fade. Oh, or maybe Armored Skeptic. He's an okay looking guy. He's just a dipshit. You know? Yeah, he could be fade. I mean, that's gonna be a little weird because I think that would make Destiny more deep. Like, that'd be weird. That'd be weird, man. But like, you know, I could live with that. You know? whole escalation, it doesn't proper. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Because if you want to talk about escalation, I think hitting people with cars is already an escalation. That's already the escalation. It already escalated. Milkshake's is several steps removed and down. You know, like, oh no, they might start doing this. And I'm like, no, they're not. No, they're not. It probably is not going to happen. Maybe it will. And then, hey man, you got your Batman villain. You know, like during the day, you're fucking, you know, short fat otaku. Then he goes to the otaku cave and he becomes Fat Man, and he has to fight Two-Face of a Cod. You know, Toe-Face of a Cod. Thoughts on Ben Shapiro's BBC interview? Well, how to put it, man? He couldn't even handle the questions of his own side. He couldn't. If Ben Shapiro can't withstand the interview questions of a fellow conservative, oh man, what to even say? Yeah, Ben Shapiro, yay! Oh, Jesus, talk about abortion. You know, like, yeah. You know, like, fuck that guy. Like, that guy's a fucking pussy. Yeah, Shapiro blew himself up. Yeah. Oh, we talk about he doesn't crack like that. The reason he doesn't crack like that is because that guy did an actual interview. His Ben Shapiro's rise is not the fucking, is not the victory of Ben Shapiro. It's the failure of American media. Because he couldn't withstand British media from his own side talking to him. Because the guy who interviewed him is a complete right-winger. He's literally on Shapiro's side. He would vote exactly the same way, for the most part. But no, Shapiro couldn't even answer an actual interview question where there wasn't an audience and the interviewer was just went, I'm not here to answer your questions. The guy refused to even engage in a debate because it wasn't a debate. It was an interview. There's a difference. The interviewer does not have to answer your stupid fucking questions. He or she just doesn't. Oh, you could try to argue with them all you want, but you don't have to. You don't have to give two shits about three fucks. You just need to get the answer from the interview subject. And it could have been a friendly interview. You can do those. But when we're talking about politics, you usually don't do friendly interviews. It's usually hostile interviews. You know, even when it's from your own side. That's the way it's supposed to work. You know, your political affiliation is supposed to be very secondary to the truth when it comes to that shit. And a lot of other places and cultures have that standard. America don't. So as soon as he got into a real fucking news situation, of course he cracked. He can't pull that shit. Like, you fucking with the Jedi. That's not even Kylo Ren going up against Darth Vader, man. That's like fucking Greedo going up against Darth Vader. He was going to lose. You know, he was going to, like, it's one of those things where it's like, dude, what are you even doing? You are an idiot. Oh, yeah. Ben Shapiro got interviewed by a UK on the BBC by a conservative commentator, and it went really badly because the conservative commentator, he offended the interviewer. He offended the interviewer, and he does that thing that he always does, which is like, oh, so what you're saying is, and the guy's just like, I'm not here to answer your questions. Because he isn't. He's there to ask questions of Ben Shapiro to get a conversation started, and Ben Shapiro was too stupid to realize that. He called the guy a liberal. That was fucking hilarious. Oh man, Ben is a tryhard. He's not only he's a tryhard. He's an idiot. You know, like these people aren't that's the thing you got to realize about a lot of these conservative commentators. They're actually not that smart. You know, they're smart enough to play a part. They're smart enough to play a part, but they're not actually intelligent. You know, why is this guy covered in paint? Oh, that is Carl Benjamin, a UKIP guy, and he's being pelted with milkshakes. Or rather, a milkshake, but that's like the fourth one. I like this one guy or gal, I can't tell, standing right there, just looking right into the camera. You know, like that's beauty right there. Mm. Oh no, if you want sexy milkshake, let's bring it back. Hmm. Oh, someone just sent a DM to somebody. Hmm. See, this is how it works. That's sexy milkshake right there. That's unsexy, but it is funny. This one is this one you should take. You know, this one respect. That one, yeah, not so much. You know, respect, not so much. Woo! Oh man, so that is fucking amazing. Can we talk about something else? Oh, sure we can. As soon as we're done talking about this. Woo! Woo! Oh! Mmm! Oh! Oh, so good. Mmm. Oh, it's so good. Mmm. Oh, come on. You can't tell me that. One of the things I gotta say, I was really surprised about, Carl Benjamin for, is that I thought he was used to taking like white loads in his face. I really did. I really did. But no. Can't take it. He can't take it. Mm-mm. No way. Carl, what have you done, Carl? I've humiliated myself in front of all of Britain, and now UKIP is trying to get rid of me. You know. Oh, and Count Dankula is with me here too. Yeah, fuck Count Dankula. Yeah, like fuck that guy. I fucking defended him for the fucking getting arrested for making a shitty Nazi joke, but hey, man, if I'm if you're gonna hang yourself with the rope people give you, it's not my fucking responsibility to do anything about that. Ooh, yes. Bam. Yeah, let's see. Trumpocalypse says, I learned today that milkshakes in the UK isn't even ice cream and shit. It's just milk. Yeah. That's what I was saying. It's basically chocolate or strawberry milk. I'm sure there are other flavors, like weird British flavors that we have yet to fucking think about. Like, I don't know, ham and egg flavored milkshake or something. Or, God, what's that thing that they always put on pizza? Sweet corn. Sweet corn fucking flavored milkshake. Yeah, there you go. Oof. Yeah, meet a guy who thinks Mel Brooks is a Nazi, for making a song called Springtime for Hitler. Oh, yeah. I met those people. Those people are bullshit. Fucking idiotic. Oh, God. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we totally disagree on Sargon, but I'm glad you're hanging out, Just be cool. Hmm. Oh, man, I need a game where I just throw milkshakes at that guy. Man, there's a fucking fucking cell phone game. It's just throw milkshakes at Sargon of Akkad, and then he just says stupid shit at you. Oh, my feeling. It's not about your feelings. It's about you. It's not nationalism if it's not racist. Like, I will rape. I wouldn't even touch you to rape you. Or maybe he just says the N word like 50 times. Like, oh man, no, that's. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I gotta tell you what, though, that guy is proof at how polite Britain is. You put that guy in Oakland, they'll turn that guy's shit inside out. They'll turn his asshole raw. They'll fucking they'll shank him. Oh, Oakland. Let's see. Psycho Neil says, "Do you have Instagram?" I do have Instagram. I have an Instagram. It is Satanic Jackula. You know who also has an Instagram? Queenie Martha also does, right there. Oh wait, she does, but I don't have the link up there. Oh dear. She told me to put up the Twitch affiliation link and her Twitter. Sorry, I almost called it Titter. That was that's how you know. Joker says he was frozen today. Man. Hulk Hogan get you out of that one? Excuse me. The link's up there for you. Good. It is a fun movie. Suburban Commando is a fun movie. It ain't a good movie. It's one of those when people are like, is that a good movie? I'm like, no. It's a fun movie. You know, it's a fun movie. Like if you're like, hey, let's watch like movies that like 80s preteens like went to the theater and watched. Like that's one. You know, it's not even the best of that type of movie, but it is one. You know, it's not even, I wouldn't even say it's as good as Fly the Navigator.
Were ya able to fix the computer?
I was able to fix the computer. I had to do a lot of remember what I was saying a few days ago about like don't tell people you're leaving town or the karmic creditors come and knocking. Like you deciding that you're going to forgive people is going to cause all your karmic creditors to fucking come knocking on your fucking door. Yes. Captain Goat says, I need an edit of the Sargon pic where Destiny is right behind him, ringing a bell and chanting, shame, shame, shame. I'm not even, I wouldn't even want that. I would just want one where, like, Sargon says something and then just you kick him in the balls. And then if you get like 1,000 points and Destiny's head shows up and is like, wow, you're such an idiot. You know, like that's it. Oh, man. Redmobile says, I want to know exactly how Sargon works. Oh, geez. All right, you know that bully in fucking, like, high school or whatever that never got into fucking trouble despite the fact that he instigated everything? Bam. There you go. Same thing with Ben Shapiro. Same thing with all those guys. Like, they always... These guys are... I've known guys like this my entire life. They are the fucktards that talk a big, tough game, but they're actually fucking pussies. You know, like, even compared to, like, normal people. It's not like, oh, they couldn't take it because they didn't think about it. No, they are literally that blustery just because, like, they really can't handle it. You don't even need to punch these guys. You know, all you have to do, you throw milk at them and they fucking crumble. You know, and is he going to get stronger? No, he's not. He's not. You know, it's the fact that it's a British milkshake. It really is. He called it political violence. You fucking dumbass. Like, dude, my family comes from fucking Taiwan. They will throw farm animals at you. Live ones. They will throw live farm animals at you at high velocity. You know, because they don't have guns, you know. They might bring like hose and things, but you know, but they're gonna throw something. They're gonna throw like fucking goddamn. They're gonna throw pigs at you. They're gonna throw chickens. Apparently, you can throw a chicken pretty well if you train for years. You can throw a chicken pretty well. I didn't know this.
I saw a CGI short film. Dunno if video game or music video. All I remember was robots running away. End of the world scenario.
And squeezing the earth on his fist. I don't. CGI short film. Robots running away. End of the world scenario. I don't remember this. That one I would have to search for. Yeah, Holy Grail, Monty Python style. Yes. Oh God. Yeah. Just like run away, run away. I was actually thinking more like. I don't even know what to say, but it is just the okay. Can you even imagine that? Sargon, king of the Akkadians, king of the Britons. No, stop it! You know, stop that right now. You know, right, starting over you lot. Man. Actually, that would, man, Sargon of Akkad does make it make a good like Monty Python fucking animation. You know, like he's just such an idiot. Do I want to work it out? No, I don't want to work it out. I hate that guy. There's nothing to work out, dude. I ain't working shit out with Sargon. The guy's a moron. The guy's an idiot, and I ain't giving him the fucking... And I'm not going to give him personally the time of fucking day. You know? Why should I? I have to explain myself to him. I don't need his explanation. He's weak. You know? Like, fuck that dude. Oh, great. I'm going to have to... God, listening to that guy for any period of fucking time. Ooh, stop me. I'm having too much goddamn fun. You know, good God. Like, what would I even need to do? I mean, it'd just be like an hour of me sitting there going like, yeah, fuck you. You know, now granted, you all might get some entertainment out of that, but no, fuck that guy. That's an idiot. I pegged that guy as an idiot the minute he starts arguing Egyptian history with me and got it wrong. Everything was wrong. He got all of it wrong. He got when Alexander the Great invaded wrong. His big piece of evidence that like fucking Egyptians weren't black. Alexander the fucking Great. But he got the period of time wrong. And I'm like, you don't even know when that fucking happened. Gotta be fucking shitting me. You argue fucking Egyptian history with me. You don't even know when Alexander the Great. Oh, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Like, that's not even... Oh! Hang on a minute. Looks like we're gonna get that. We might get that. Change of subject after all. Move on to better things. You know. Oh, perhaps I've done something well. Perhaps the karma gods are upon me. I don't need to debate with no mental midget. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do, kids. He does think he's smarter than he really is. That's Sargon of Akkad. But let us move on to the next topic. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to go to a brief intermission in which you get to stare at the lovely Queenie Martha again. We're going to play a little intermission music. And when we return, let's get this out of here. We don't need that shit. We will be talking horror movies with Jan Evernol, the director of Baskin and Housewife. There we are. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. All right, let's turn the soundtrack down. How are you doing today?
Good. Just woke up literally like half an hour ago. Did take care of the baby a little bit.
Yeah, how old is the kid now?
He's gonna be 1 next weekend. He's gonna be 1.
Wow. Yeah, it was kind of funny. Like I was like, I've been trying to get a hold of you for a little while, but when you were like, oh, I gotta take care of the baby, I was like, oh, that's what's been going on. Okay. That explains it. That explains it. Yeah, yeah. Kid takes time. You gotta. That has to be priority.
It is crazy, and it's also crazy that also in the same year that we did Housewife
Mm-hmm.
and also Field Guide to Evil, where both in both films there's a birth horror scene and there's a baby death scene, something. In the same year, my wife got pregnant.
Was that able to inform the art at all?
I'm, I don't know, maybe probably like subconsciously, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we finally, Housewife got over here to, the States. I saw it on Netflix, I believe, and
Or maybe Shudder.
oh, Shutter. That was it. It was Shutter.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was Shutter, and I love that movie. That movie was fantastic.
Dude, your review on it was awesome. It was
Oh, thanks, man.
really. I wasn't like kidding or exaggerating when I said it's probably the best review on Housewife, and really, because I was really like entertained by your review on Baskin, and that's how we met, and I love it. But I don't. In Housewife, you hit all the right notes and mentioned some things that nobody else have mentioned before, and like I was really happy for that.
Really, like, cause that stuff was blazingly obvious to me. I was like, oh, here we go, it's the Fulci shot. Oh yes, No, I loved so much that was going on in that movie because it. I like the fact that the protagonist, the housewife, did not have like a normal relationship with her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're in kind of a sexually experimental relationship. So that was really nice because it was just nice to see that because we don't see that very often in films, not even like horror films. It's not that common.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did get a kick out of the fact that the cult leader was an Asian guy.
Yeah, man, it was so interesting because like I always visioned him as this like white Anglo-American dude. But then again, when I met David Sakurai in Fantastic Fest 2015, or 16, 2016, I think. When I met him, and then we had this chat, like we took the same Uber to airport from the hotel, and on the way we just chat about like MMA and mixed martial arts and mixed martial arts and movies, and like because I'm a blue belt jiu-jitsu guy, like I love kickboxing.
Nice.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
David is also very much into mixed martial arts. So we just like ended up chatting about, and then I said like, this guy has a certain aura to him, which I would love to work with. And then like when I get back home, like suddenly I had this idea like, why not like he's this half Japanese, half Danish guy,
Yeah,
only,
no.
I think added to.
It worked because. Oh yeah, you got it.
Sorry, it's the baby walkie-talkie. Okay.
No problem. Yeah, well, I was about to say, like, well, it added a little bit of that Lovecraft xenophobia to the story.
Yes, true.
Because, like, because while a white guy would still be an outsider in that situation, an Asian guy somewhere in Turkey is like, whoa, what's he doing here?
Yeah,
that's really not something you expect, and so you get this sense of you get this sense of being invaded from the outside immediately, and because he is so nice, and so affable,
true.
you know something sinister is going on, but I love the twist with him at the end. I loved the ending so much.
Mm-hmm. By the way, do you have Japanese heritage yourself?
Yeah. My father is from Hong Kong.
Awesome, because in the show you were saying like he's like a Count Jackula is in House or something. You were saying like something like that.
Yeah. Because I was like, I feel like this is me as a cult leader, like. But yeah, it's because my father lives in Taiwan now,
Hmm.
and most of my family, a lot of my family does actually. So yeah, I'm half Chinese.
Awesome. Okay, half Chinese.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
I've been to Beijing, I've been to Seoul, but I've never been. These are the only two spots like I've been in Asia, but yeah.
Oh, what parts?
Beijing,
Hmm.
uh, and then Seoul. I went to Pifan, the Fantastic Film Festival,
Oh, okay.
and then in Beijing, I just went there for like some other weird reasons. But like, yeah, they were both very, very, very interesting like experiences. Like when
It's
it's only like because I've been to many places in Europe and stuff, but it's only when I came to US and New York, LA, and in Beijing, I felt that okay, somebody living here could be like thinking, okay, you know, my country is all I need in the world, you know, because like we kind of like criticize Americans over here, saying like, oh, they only think I'm like, you know, the world is only America, you know. But when you come over to America, you realize it's so big. You understand why a person might feel that way, and
yeah.
it's only in Beijing that I felt the same thing. It was like so huge. I said, okay, you know, like somebody like might say like it's only about China. It was crazy.
Yeah. It's so big, and there are so many people. You know, like in North America. You know, America itself is about the size is bigger than Europe. Is bigger than the
It is
EU. You know, so when
huge.
people are like, "Oh, why do you think only America matters?" I'm like, "Well, the difference is that we worry a lot about our state politics, and for Europeans, that's countries."
True,
You
true.
know, because they're about the same size. You know, and hell, for that matter, I live in California. California is bigger than any two of them put together. You know, it's just a gigantic state. You know,
California.
yeah, California,
Hmm.
and that is also culturally. California itself is culturally very interesting because it's incredibly diverse, and not just in terms of like skin tone, but in terms of just the way people live.
Hmm.
You know, you have the pot growers up in Humboldt County, you know, where like things get a little sketchy. You know,
Okay.
even with the legalization, it's still a little sketch up there. You know, there's
What?
an area up there that has the highest murder rate in the country.
Really?
Yeah, and it's up in a mountain.
Fuck yeah, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, it's super crazy. It also has the highest incidence of missing persons. Yeah, because people go up there and they disappear, and no one knows quite what happened to them. And they're pretty sure it's just basically um, illegal drug farms that just like whack people,
Hmm. Hmm.
you know, as opposed to the legal ones. But the illegal ones are still a big part of the scene because it hasn't fully switched over yet.
When was it legalized over there?
Well, the last 2 years.
Oh, it's only very
Yeah,
recent.
it's only
Okay.
very recently. You
Mhm.
know, we went from partial decriminalization to like almost full legalization. You know, but that's been very recent, so not all the changes have taken hold yet. Um,
Mhm.
but it is kind of crazy to be like walking down the street and realizing how much and yet how little everything changed. Because it's not that fewer or more people smoke weed in public, they just aren't worried about getting arrested.
I see. I see.
You know, um police harassment has gone down because
Hmm.
that's like a big thing that the cops used to harass you over,
Yeah.
you know. But with that said, you know, like if you're black, you're still not, you know, you still got to worry about being shot more than you do about being pulled over for weed.
Dude. You know, like when I watched this documentary called 13 or 13th, like there was this documentary on Netflix about the prison system in US.
Oh my god, it's horrific.
Dude. No, did you watch this particular documentary I'm
I
talking
did
about?
not. I haven't seen it.
It, it's by this like women director, a critically acclaimed something. And dude, I was, you know, privatization of like prison system. It's like something from a dystopia, like a sci-fi movie. You know,
It
like that.
is. It is. It really is, but it's real and we live it. But yeah, Yeah, like no, it's horrifying. It's
It is.
absolutely horrifying. Like the last thing that you want, the last thing that you want is to be caught up in the prison system because you can get super screwed. If you're able to stay in the actual um prisons that are run by the state, your odds are way better. Your odds are just better. If you
Mhm.
get into the private prison system, they have a whole system to make sure you never leave.
That's fucked up beyond. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
man. That's this to me. It's like crazier than gun laws and stuff. Like or like abortion or any other like stuff. But this private prison
Yeah.
system, like it's not brought up as much.
No, it isn't because America doesn't like to talk about it because no one's willing to do anything.
Mhm.
You know, America has its love affair with capitalism. You know,
Mhm.
capitalism could do no wrong, and I'm like, I don't know, no, I don't think so. I don't think that's not true at all. Like,
Oh
capitalism
my
could
god!
do no
Did you
wrong.
watch Big Short?
I did
The
watch
Big
Big
Short,
Short. Yeah.
dude. That was like a horror movie about capitalism. If there's
Hmm.
ever one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all the things that you can. It's it's a psychopath's wet dream. You know, if a psychopath just wants to get money so that they can act big and fucking throw their weight around, America's not only the land of opportunity, it's fucking Mount Olympus.
I see. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, and it's
yeah.
it's really 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 rough, and it's the part of the country that I hate because I'm
Mhm.
like, there's so many people like living at or below the poverty line. Are you kidding me? Like it's one of those like, no, we could just take money from people and then, you know, use it. We
Yeah,
could.
and also the Big Short shows you how whatever happens in the system, the people at the top, the oligarchy, they don't pay for shit, and it's always coming down to
No.
people at the bottom, and like it's always still those people at the bottom, those drones feeding the system. There's this like catch-22 that you can't get out of. Like it's so crazy.
Yeah, yeah. America has its oligarchs. We just don't call them that.
Yeah,
You
but it's
know.
the same over here, bro. It's the same over here, and I would say Turkey is one of those like really interesting, unique places, weird places where it's very 50-50 in the sense that we've been like an ally of NATO, an ally of
Oh yeah.
US, like since the very early days, because like Turkey was one of the very few neutral countries in the World War II.
Yeah.
And right
Yeah.
after World War II, being a neighbor, being next door to Soviet Russia, and being an ally of US, we were like we're next door to East Europe, like Yugoslavia and Iron Curtain.
Yep.
We're next door to Soviet Russia. We're next door to Iran, Iraq. Like all the craziest parts of the world. And we're also like an ally of US, but it's a Muslim country, so it's like so weird, like so mixed. And growing up, like when I was maybe 5 or 6 when Soviet Russia fell, and I remember like my
Oh
father saying,
yeah.
"Oh, this is going to be really bad now because the axis of things will change, and Turkey will be caught up in this like maybe Islamic and West kind of situation." And exactly happening
Yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it
So
was
Legal
it
that's
system
why
was
we
is
have an
also an
interesting relationship
example
with
of America's
capitalism.
love of vengeance
yeah.
over
Have you
forgiveness.
have you seen speaking of that stuff, I have to check up the name of it. Uh there was a horror movie about that actually. I believe um was it In the Shadow?
Under the shadow.
Under the
Under the shadow.
Shadow. Under the Shadow, yeah.
I met the director. I met the
Oh.
director um, in Haapsalu, of all places. It's in Lithuania.
Oh.
And yeah, we were there for a horror film festival, and I was there with Housewife, and he was there with no, I was there with Baskin probably, and I met him, and like, dude, that movie is like really, really, really. It strikes a chord in me because like it does something that no other movie has done before, and it's only like it's only decent, really good horror movie with an Islamic background, I would say.
Mhm. Yeah, well there was A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, but that had less to do with uh the culture of that area,
True. Yeah,
you
it's
know.
more of a timeless, locationless feel to it.
Yeah, yeah,
Whereas,
yeah. You can tell
yeah,
you can tell it's in Iran or Iraq because of things that are happening, but
mhm,
that setting in and of itself, it's still supposed to feel like this is happening like next door for the most part.
yes,
You know, but Under the Shadow, no, that could only happen in a country where the Ayatollah had taken over.
dude, yes.
You know, that was incredible. Like, I yeah, if you I don't know if you want, if a funny way that I have described it to people who want like the snappy pitch, I'm like, okay, a woman is being haunted by a killer burqa. Um, that's not the whole movie. It's way more psychological than that. But that is, if you want to know what the monster is, the monster's a burqa. You know, it's
You kind of like
technically,
giving away this one little detail or scene in the movie, but like it's worth it to like describe it.
yeah, 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 yeah. You know, and oh my god, they the fact that he equated what's happening in the movie with the jinn. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, holy crap. That is like saying the Pope is Satan. You know, like, damn. That is a statement. You know,
I
like
think
the
like
Ayatollah is actually like of Iblis, and you're like, oh Jesus Christ. Yeah.
it's awesome to like to put the jinn there, the paranormal activity there as a replacement for the fear of the war and fear of the oppression. It's
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All the violence that is being done and how it affects this woman and her kid very
Yeah.
specifically. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
it worked on all those levels, you know, and I was blown away. I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. You're gonna Well, that's a statement, you know, like it's
Yeah.
it's why I've been so interested in movies that are coming um out of the Middle East and out of Muslim cultures.
Not much though. Like,
No,
can
there's
you?
there's not much, but
Oh, yeah.
there's basically Under the Shadow, Baskin, and Housewife, and Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. That seems to be pretty much it. You know, at least in the last couple of years.
But
Um,
like when I was doing Housewife, at somewhere during production, I totally let go of the location.
oh yeah,
It was always I was always like intending it to be a timeless, like it can be anywhere in the world type of situation. But I
yes,
wanted to connect it to Istanbul and Turkey a little bit. And somewhere along the way, like half consciously, half I had to go that way because of production reasons and because of and I kind of lost like half I lost my way, half I intentionally, I kind of like just deliberately avoided, and I just abandoned, not avoid, I just abandoned it. But
yeah,
like I'm always curious now because I had this like crazy thing to like I want to do this movie in English and I want to make this English movie in my backyard. It's been like just like doing a spaghetti western or something.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
this is like a dream, but like I can't help but like always like wonder how it would be like if it was a Turkish woman, like a Turkish story. But yeah, maybe like we'll see that at some other chapter.
Yeah. Well, I like the fact that the funny thing is the Lovecraft story that it reminded me the most of was Dreams of the Witch House.
Hmm.
You know, because even though it's a very different plot, it's still got that there is a person in a room, and wherever they go, something weird happens, and it has to
Yeah.
do with time.
Yes.
You know, and God, I love the ending so much. I love the ending so much.
Like that ending was a was the ending of a script which I tried to do before Baskin, but I couldn't finance.
Really?
Yeah, it was more like a house invasion movie, and then which goes like bonkers halfway through, and then
Whoa! That's a whoa. That
yeah,
that's actually a concept I always kind of enjoy, that no one has done full bore.
Mhm.
With the which is, I always wanted to have a movie that looked like it was a home invasion flick, but it actually turned out as it was a horror movie, like with
Yeah.
like monsters and everything. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you picked the exact wrong house to invade.
Yeah.
You know, or it turns out like everyone's vampires, or they're like demons in the basement or something. You know?
I should get back to it and do it sometime, but I don't know when.
Yeah. But oh man, someone, one of the people in the chat, Joe Kerr, he told me about a movie that I had missed. I haven't gotten to see it yet. It, what is? Yeah, it's an Alex de la Iglesia movie called
Yes,
yeah, Day of the Beast. I've never seen it.
I
I
think. Look, I think I might have seen it, but I don't remember. Like Alex, yes,
yeah, Day of the
I remember. Like I met the guy in Fantastic Fest, and
Ooh.
I know like he's a cult figure and very celebrated. I kind of missed out on him. I only maybe watched one or two of his movies, but he has a cult following. And like, have you seen any other movies of this guy?
Yeah, I saw Witching and Bitching and the one about the clown, The Last Circus.
I think he's most famous for his movies that he did prior to 2010 or something. I would say like his earlier works, but yeah, no, I don't remember that movie. No.
Yeah, like this was, well, it's funny. I think it's his first feature film actually.
Oh, okay.
Because it predates everything he did by about like 7 years. You know. Yeah, let me go to the let's find the IMDb here. Not that that's a perfect fucking, record, but it's good enough for now. Let's see. Writers. Okay, Alex de la Iglesia. Do. Oh geez, I never realized he actually kind of looks like Fulci. He's got that, he's like a heavy guy with glasses and that beard, Um, let's see. Oh no, it looks like his first one was Asian Mutante.
Oh, actually, that's why I missed this guy, because I watched that movie and it's this like comedy, and I didn't like it at all, and because of that experience, I kind of like probably stayed away from his movies. But I know like he has better movies, but somehow it's his most famous. I think it's a hit in France, but yeah.
Yeah, there are a bunch of them. Like there's one called 800 Bullets, which is really obviously a crime movie.
Mhm.
But yeah, someone recommended. I had to like track down subtitles and everything because this Day of the Beast is completely not available in the States. Um, but I've seen the first scene now like 80 times, and it starts out with a Monty Python shot, which I was kind of
Mhm.
baffled
Mhm.
by. That shot that Monty Python sometimes has where a guy's in the super foreground and then he like runs into the background really quickly. Like it starts that way, except the guy's running into it's a priest running into a church. And he talks to another guy and he is like, "Forgive me, Father, forgive me, Father." And he's like, "Well, what sin have you committed?" He's like, "Not I haven't committed any sins yet, but I have to sin as much as possible." And the guy's like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because I've uncovered the code." And he's like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, so I have to sin as much as possible before they
Wow.
find us." And the other priest is like, "Okay, I'll help you." And as soon as he does that, like a comically large cross falls over and crushes him.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay.
Um And then the guy like has to go to Madrid. Then the guy you just talked to that survived, he goes to Madrid and he sees a guy dying on the street, and so he robs him, and he's like, I condemn you to hell. And he runs off. A guy like some tourist is just like putting his luggage in a cab, and he just steals one of the bags. And so you're like, what the hell is going on? And then he walks into a heavy metal music store in Madrid.
What?
Yeah. And he starts looking at all the records, and he's in his priest frock. He's in everything. And so the guy who's like this, like, Spanish heavy metal guy is looking at him and is like, "Can I help you, Padre?" And he's like, I need the most evil. And so he starts going through heavy metal bands which purport to worship the devil. And he's like, "Oh no, this one." And I think it was Satanica. And he's like, "Padre, what are you doing?" He's like, "I have to find the devil." And he's like, "Why?" "I have to ask him something." And that's as far as I've gotten.
And then how come you quit?
Because the subtitles kept getting out of sync to the point where I couldn't follow the story anymore. So I had to keep re-encoding it. I finally encoded it to the point where I could watch the whole thing.
Did you ever like watch a movie like without in a foreign language without subtitles that you don't understand, but you still kept on watching regardless?
Yes, that would be two of them. One was Black Moon. Black Moon. Yeah. That one's real weird.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it, but it's a movie that was done by who's the director here? Come on. Black Moon film.
What kept you going in the movie though?
It was so Luis Malay. It was so odd. I had to know where it was going. Like,
okay.
It was truly odd. It's about a girl. She's in the middle of a field somewhere in France, and there's an army of boys and an army of girls shooting each other in this farm.
Okay.
She then walks into a barn, and there's this huge glass of milk that's like that big that she drinks from. And then she walks outside, and the girls are like got a bunch of guys up on like at a firing squad, and they just shoot them. And then all of a sudden, she discovers an old lady up in an attic who can't talk, but she's listening to the radio all the time. All of a sudden, a brother and sister come in. Obviously, each one is from one of the different gender armies. The boy starts deciphering things on the radio while the sister whips out her breast, Grapes of Wrath style, and starts feeding the old woman. And I'm just sitting there in a theater watching this. There are no subtitles. I'm like, what is happening? Now, there's no dialogue up to this point. Like, there is dialogue eventually, but like the majority of the movie is done without dialogue. And it ends with a shot of a unicorn showing up in the girl's bedroom, and then she takes a cotton swab out of a jar near her bed, takes her shirt off, washes her nipples, says something to the unicorn, and then the movie ends.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Black Moon, ask for it by name. It's odd. I bought the Criterion Collection version of it simply so I can get like all the commentary, a fucking subtitle track, and all the little information that's in the packet that they give you. One of the things about the movie is the guy was like, every time it made too much sense, I decided I had to refilm it. I was like, well, congratulations. You have succeeded. David Lynch got nothing on this.
I'll check that out for sure.
Yeah, check it out. It is weird. The other one I saw, but it turns out this one had a lot more narrative cohesion. I just needed the subtitles. Was Juliet of the Spirits by Federico Fellini.
Fellini?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Oh wait, there was a third one, but it wasn't a movie. It was a OVA series from Japan. and that would be The Legend of the Overfiend.
Is that
Uratsuki Doji.
Doji? Yeah, oof.
Yeah,
Dude,
watch that
that's
with no
so cool. I did.
subtitles.
That was crazy.
Oh yeah, I got to the one episode where they're in Nazi Germany, and there's that inverted pentagram sex machine that they have all the women hooked up to. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, I don't know what this is, but it's art. Like,
Dude, it's crazy. I think I've only seen the first 3 episodes or something, and like there's this huge giant penis invading the
yes,
world.
mm-hmm.
Dude,
Yeah, that's
You
like that's like the end of the first episode. But those
Okay,
episodes are like 90 minutes long, you know.
yeah, they were like feature movies.
Yeah. Yeah, but like in the third or fourth one, for some reason they go to Nazi Germany. And
Why not?
yeah, because why not? Because they're going to use orgone energy to summon Odin. And I'm like, there's a lot going on here. Because I eventually did see a subtitle version. And I was like, okay, so you're using the Reichian fucking orgone energy. That's why you have all these women hooked up to a sex machine in a pentagram form. You're going to summon Odin. Okay. But instead, it brings forth, like, the Overfiend. Because, like, of course it does. That scene, to me, is the moment that the whole series hits high art. You know, because I'm sitting there going, I didn't think of making a sex machine with like 13 women, each on a point of the fucking pentagram. I didn't think of that. This guy thought of that. I don't know why I didn't. You know, but yeah, if you can find that one, I recommend it. If you can find it, because one of the problems with that whole series is they've cut it up so many different ways. It's really hard to pin down any of the subsequent episodes because you don't necessarily know where it's going to be. But once you see Hitler, that's it. That's the one. You know.
So, dude, totally different question.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it over there?
11 p.m.
Sunday.
On Sunday, yes.
11 p.m. Sunday. Okay. This is Monday morning for me. I'm starting my week. And like
okay.
And this time is like really doable for me. Like if you like ever want to do this again.
Yeah.
Just an hour early. It's a bit like too early for me, but like just the time we started around for next time is also like really doable.
Okay.
And I really want to like do this when my next movie is coming out.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
To announce that I want to do it again. And so it was like I'm just listening to you. I'm like, oh, is it like nighttime there or daytime there?
No,
are you like in
night?
house? Are you in your house like upstairs, basement? Where are you?
I rent out the basement of a house. So, but it's not technically a basement. I rent the first floor of a house. And it used to be servants' quarters back when this area had that kind of thing. And
but this is where you live. This is also where you live, or this is
yeah. It's also my apartment.
Okay,
yeah, it's also where I live. I wish I could afford an office.
soon.
One day. Either that or like a house, and I just make one level of the floor a studio, one level of the house a studio. Like that would be fine. I'd be okay with that. But yeah, when do you think you're going to be able to promote your next project?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's like we have like received a few invitations from a few festivals that I've been before.
Mm-hmm.
But we were like really hoping to open this film up like say somewhat of a bigger festival because this film I did, Girl with No Mouth. It's my third feature film. It's my fourth feature film if you include Feel Back to Evil. this is not a horror movie. It's not a
Oh,
children's movie. It's somewhere in between. You know, it's I don't know what rating it's gonna get. Maybe plus 13. But it's
okay,
about like 4 kids in a post-apocalyptic environment, shot kind of like very low budget. You know, like with
okay.
art house abilities. You know, and
So it's still a genre film.
it is. It is about it's about a girl with no mouth in a post-apocalyptic environment in Turkey.
Ooh. Have you considered? Have you ever heard of Mad Monster Party in Phoenix, Arizona?
No.
Ah, okay. I recommend checking that show out because the last couple of years, that show has been one of the largest gatherings of horror people, including filmmakers, writers, and actors. And it's a weekend. It's a weekend party, but everyone there promotes a project that they're doing for the most part, if they've
Mhm.
got one. One of the movies that was heavily promoted at that was The Greasy Strangler.
Oh shit! I have it. I have it here.
Yeah, have you seen it?
Yes,
Oh
it's
my
totally
god.
it's totally bonkers movie with a beautiful Blu-ray cover.
Oh,
Actually,
damn.
the guy who produced this, and Timpson, is also the producer of Field Guide to Evil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, but a lot of people in underground and like really super genre film go to that and promote their films. And it's done
I'll
very
Google it.
well. Yeah,
Mad Monk.
Mad Monster Party, Phoenix, Arizona.
And this is like a festival, or
It
is it?
is really hard to fucking explain. It is like a 3-day party for horror fanatics. It just also happens to be a really good place to
Hmm.
promote fucked up movies because so many people show up, you
I'm
know.
not sure. The thing is, the festivals are like having difficulty like showcasing my new film. Is like it's not really horror though, and it's not really, maybe it's like a few festivals like gave me this feedback saying like this is like, we find it like too naive for adult audiences and too dark for children audiences. I'm like, fuck, that's how it should be, man. But like,
Yeah, well, a good way of putting it is that this like I said, this festival, they went ape shit for the Greasy Strangler. You
but
know,
Greasy is very adult. It's very adult
it's
content.
it's very
But
adult.
I'm kind of looking for like a children's festival with balls.
Children's Festival with that's going to be harder to find.
I know.
Yeah, although this is
But I'll
yeah,
reach out to you. I just like opened the website here in front of me.
yeah, it's a good place. It's a good place to work. Are there a lot of makeup effects in this film?
Not so much. Not so much.
Okay, so all right. So Monster Palooza wouldn't be as good because that's for a lot of makeup effects people. You know, if your thing has an amazing makeup effect in it, the Monster Palooza conventions are
Yeah.
really good because that's where a lot of the makeup effects people go.
Yeah. I think last time we talked with you, like I mentioned Stitches. You know Stitches?
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's it's up there with like, if it's not number one, probably is. If it's not number one, it's up there with Fantastic Fest and Fantasia and Sitges, like the best fantastic film festival in the world. And my short films, Baskin, Housewife, they all been there. Like, and I'm hoping like this one's gonna be there as well. Like, and if it comes like, it's in September. So like, if it doesn't, like my film doesn't open like in any festival like in the summer, I hope it's gonna be in Stitches, which are considered like really home. And but like, you should also check that festival out, man. Like as a genre fan, as a horror fan, it's the premier it's the #1 horror film festival, like fantastic film festival in the world for the last like 30, 40 years.
This is Stitches.
Sitges. No, Sitges, Sitges. It's right next to Barcelona.
Oh, film festival. Ah, there we go.
It's out. It's older than like any other like genre festival, and it's bigger than any other festival, and it's sponsored by Spanish government. They have like funding on that, and they have these like big red carpet openings, and
Oh man.
Dario Argento, Cronenberg, Eli Roth, they all like premiered their first movies in this festival. It's like really, really awesome.
Oh man. Like, yeah, this looks like. Oh man, this looks like a fucking hotbed of fucked up movies. Ooh. Oh wow, everyone's. Holy crap. Yeah, no, you're right. Alex de la Iglesia was there last year.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, not surprising. He's a Spanish filmmaker. That's probably not too hard for him to get to. But we've also got like Japanese filmmakers. Greg Nicotero was there.
I met Greg Nicotero there. Like I met him. I gave him a book of Baskin. Also, like I met Takashi Miike there. I met Eli Roth. Yeah.
Oh, Takashi Miike! Holy crap!
Takashi Miike, best.
Oh man, what was that guy like?
He was very silent, very zen-like, And we were in the elevator with him, and I was really intimidated. Like I was like really starstruck,
Don't blame you. Holy crap!
Yeah, it was amazing. So, like, what's your what do you prefer, Audition or Ichi the Killer?
Ooh, that is a hard call.
It is. Very different movies. Two
very different movies. I would say Ichi the Killer made me more uncomfortable, but Audition was the one where I squirmed the most. Just because of the scene where she's got the needles in the guy's eye. It's like
Audition to me was way more disturbing, whereas Ichi the Killer is a very dark comedy.
Yes.
But Ichi the Killer probably like it opened my mind, like it was like I was like 18 at the time. It was like almost like taking a drug, like watching that movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever seen I have to ask, have you seen Izo?
Izo. How do you spell that?
Izo. Izo.
Izo. No.
Oh, okay. Izo.
Is it Takashi Miike?
It's a Takashi Miike film, and it is. I don't know how to explain it. It's like Takashi Miike decided to do a Jodorowsky film about a samurai.
All right. I have to check.
Yeah, it feels very much like an acid house samurai flick. Because he moves through time without doing anything. Like one day he's in like medieval Japan, the other day he's in like modern Kyoto. And fucking Beat Takeshi is trying to kill him with machine guns. Because apparently Beat Takeshi just has to appear in the movie. And they have an Japanese acid jazz performer who plays music in every interlude. Like, Izo, our main character, finishes doing something. The camera does a long lateral shot until it reaches this guy, Japanese guy, playing the guitar. And when you read the translation of the lyrics, it's all stuff like, the man walks out the house. The black cat knows his prey. The past is in the past. Where does the dead man pray? And you're like, what the hell's going on?
Crazy. I should check it out.
At one point, Izo, the main character, he's got to get revenge on everything. And to symbolize the fact that he has to get revenge on everything, he has to run across the infinity symbol through an infinity loop and then cut it with his sword.
Whoa.
It's super weird.
Love that.
Oh, it's really good. It's really good. But you do find yourself going, okay.
As with like many like Takashi Miike movies, you know, like Gozu. You remember Gozu, like drinking like milk from the woman's
Yes.
breast? Like that.
Actually,
Go,
was that Gozu or was that Visitor Q?
no, that's Mr. Q. Sorry, Gozu is the one with like that green cow's head.
Yes.
It's like too weird to like even remember. You know?
Yeah. Go.
Also,
Oh,
like, there's
jeez.
this movie, like the guy. I'm not sure which one, but I think it's Rainy Dog.
Rainy
I
Dog.
think
That
Rainy
sounds
Dog.
really
Like,
familiar.
there's a standoff
Oh,
between
yeah.
two guys playing like table tennis. This guy, like, boom, he hits. His opponent hits, and like his opponent, like, you know, presses a button, and there's this razor like thing, like just he's throwing this like weird weapon, like throwing this razor thing. He dodges the razor thing, and then he just shoots him, and then he boom. He also like also gets the point as well. You know, like it was like
Yeah.
crazy.
It that one reminded me a lot of the ending of Dead or Alive.
It's the best ending ever in the history of cinema. That's my introduction to Takashi Miike. I watched that movie and I was like, what? Also, I was
Oh,
like 18, 19. Like, I was like, what? Seriously.
yeah. I feel like coming in on Takeshi Miike films at about like my first one was Audition. Audition was
Okay.
the first Takeshi Miike film I had ever seen. And then after that was Ichi the Killer. And then after that, I think it was Izo and Visitor Q and Happiness of the Katakuris and like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, what, like, have you, and then from there, like, I found like, the guy who did Tokyo Gore Police and Robogeisha. Yoshinira yeah, this is why I can't remember it as well.
No, I don't know.
Yoshihira Nishimura, the guy who did
Okay.
Tokyo Gore Police.
I watched that in Pride Fest in Leicester Square, London, on a big screen. That was crazy.
Oh my god, that must have been amazing. I
Legit.
oh man, I miss like I miss seeing some of these movies like that. You know, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I also started watching this like what's it? The Untold Story. Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Dude, check it out. It may be like I have this section here for Japanese extreme, and it may be like the extremist movie in the section.
The Untold Story.
Yes, check it out.
An
Um,
Untold Story. Secrets and
I think
Specialties of the Sex Industry.
no, no, no.
No, no,
It's
no.
it's 1990. I think it's
Oh, in 1993, Hong Kong crime thriller. Okay,
yes.
there we go. There we go. That's better. Directed by Herman
Check it out
Yao.
next time.
The film is based on the Eight Immortals restaurant murders. Ooh, like that reminds me of an incident that happened in San Francisco the day I went, soon after I moved here, which is Chinatown got a lot of Tong activity. Not surprising. It's Chinatown. But in 1995, there was this particularly horrific incident where a couple of the young bucks from a rival gang stormed into the Golden Dragon Empress restaurant, dragged the rival boss out into the street, and started cutting his head off with an axe. Like in broad daylight. In broad fucking daylight. Just like, oh, it's like, holy crap. That's like I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's like the beginning of a Takeshi Miike flick. Like, what the hell? It's like, I think they did catch them, but still, it happened. And
Where did you move from? Where did you move from?
Washington, D.C.
All right, I've been there.
Yeah, not my favorite town.
Yeah.
You know, not my favorite town. Little too politically everything.
Yeah.
You know, not enough fun. You know, compared to the amount of crap you have to deal with. You know, so even though when I talk about these stories about the good old days, it's sort of like those are the things that happen despite the area, as opposed to because of it. You know, but oh my God, the Untold Story. I gotta check this out.
Check it out. Yo, Count, I think I should head out soon.
Yeah, no problem. Do you have an idea of when you'll be on the you'll be able to promote the new film in earnest?
I don't know, just this Cannes Film Festival is just happening as we speak now, and it's gonna. I think next week it finishes next week, and then after that everybody goes home and like they make their final selections and decisions, and probably soon will be. You know, like they let you know, but then you have to wait until the festival officially announces. That's
Right,
the problem. So like we have to wait a little longer, but I'll keep you updated, and then
Okay.
also
Is
keep in
there any
touch.
way? Would there be any way you could get me I could have a screener of the film, or would that
Yeah,
not be? Oh, good.
but I'm not sure how soon. I'm not sure how
Okay,
soon.
okay, no problem.
Probably we have to make the world premiere first,
Right.
and then like we can do it. But still, by the way, did you watch Field Guide to Evil?
I did not watch Field Guide to Evil.
Dude, I have a segment in Field Guide to Evil which you might really dig. It's an anthology movie about like 8 different countries, 8 different directors, 8 different horror tales.
Ooh.
And I shot this between Housewife and Girl with No Mouth.
Oh, okay. Oh man, let's see who else is in.
And I can screener on that one.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to see it.
Okay.
I'd love to see it because let's see. Oh, maybe it's. Let's see. Maybe is it on Netflix or Shudder?
I think it's on Shudder.
Okay, Field Guide to Evil, Shudder. Field Guide to Evil, upcoming horror movies. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I think we have a release date on this actually. Field Guide to Evil, feature-length anthology film, release date, video on demand. Field Guide to Evil. Okay, so it was released just a couple of weeks ago. To Evil VOD. We're gonna find this dang thing. It'd help if I spelled it right. Field Guide to Evil. Let's see. Oh, it's on Amazon Prime. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there we go. So that's like $6. So that's not a problem at all. Oh, I can just watch that.
Well, if you watch it, you dig it, and let me know, and then like we can do a show on that. Like,
oh, I'd love to. That'd be great. Yeah, I'll do that. And definitely keep me appraised of when the world premiere of The Girl with No Mouth happens, because that would be I'd be very interested. I'd be very interested to see your take on a kids movie.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Well, thank you for like having me today.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Okay, I should get back to like beginning my week now.
Yeah. Take care of the kid. Make that movie. Make them movies. Make them shorts. Say hi to the wife and child for me, even though the kid is probably just gonna go.
And you give my best to Horror Guru.
I will.
Yeah, he has his own show, right?
Yeah, he does. And
then you like co-hosting show sometime.
Yeah, we basically we appear in each other's videos, and we also tend to show up in each other's movie reviews. It's sort of like, it's in many ways, it's a show that we kind of co-own. And the way we handled it is we just have two, because we both started with our own shows, and then we just started putting each other in them. But we didn't want to make one single channel that hosted both of us, because then we had to worry about who got what money.
I see.
So we decided, okay, well, we'll just keep the channels separate, but we'll do these things together. So we just decide what goes on what channel.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you do like a review on that Field Guide to Evil, I would be over the moon. And right before you do it, you can ask me anything you want, and like, so like you have some like interview and like info from the director before you do a review.
Oh man, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm only 1/8 of it. You know, there are 8 segments. So
right.
And usually it's really surprising to me, but usually people found it too art house. You know, not enough horror, and I kind of see where they're coming from. That's why it doesn't have a really high score on IMDb. Although it premiered in South by Southwest, it didn't really got the attention I think it deserved. And it has this really haunting old school horror atmosphere, rather than you know, being visceral, or rather than being Eli Roth type of
yeah.
boom.
I mean, just from the stills that I'm looking at, it looks like it's harkening back to, like, you know, gothic horror.
Yes. You know, it's not like modern, or like it follows. It doesn't like hit you in the heart like you know, Under the Shadow. But what it does, like, it has this like beautiful. I think it's a bit maybe too long. Would be a good criticism for it. You know. But did I just froze?
Or no, I can see you.
Oh, yeah, okay, it's my screen. Yeah. So yeah, just take a look, and if you enjoy, because like it has like some really good directors in there, and I was really proud to be in that lineup in the first place, you know. So yeah, that's great. Although I want to ask real fast, have you ever seen Theater Bazaar? I have. It is the old theater, like
this was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yes, no. Richard Stanley has an episode, I think. Yes, I have seen it. I've seen it in Fantastic Fest or Stitches. I was way too drunk and watching way too movies. I remember enjoying it.
Yeah, well, like there's this one of the problems, that was another one that got the art house criticism, but what I thought was funny is that the one segment from that I was like, this is the greatest segment of the whole thing. And it was just about, it's a horror story, but it's just a mom explaining death to her kid.
Oh yes.
Someone ran over a deer.
Yes.
And that one blew me away, because I'm like, oh, that one was super awesome. I was like, some of the others I could take or leave, but that one to me was like, boom, that's the high point. That's the one. Yeah, because I remember there was a lot of discussion, because that was the same year that VHS came out. You know, and so it was one of those things where people who really liked VHS tended to not like Theater Bazaar, except for that segment. Which I thought was really hilarious, you know, because I found out about that way later.
Did you watch Southbound?
I did watch Southbound, yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I did feel like it needed another pass, though. Like, it needed, like, because the 2 segments that were really good, the one about the guy doing surgery.
Okay.
Like, I loved that one. I also loved the one about the guys trying to save his sister.
Yeah.
Those.
Did you like the connecting story?
The connecting story. I thought the connecting story was okay, but I was having trouble figuring out what was literally going on. Figuratively, I understood it. You know, I understood. Okay, hell, Southbound, also the underworld. I got that part. Like that was pretty simple. But I was trying to figure out what the exact relationship was between the monsters as they followed from one segment to the other. You know, because I'm like, well, if you do that, then there has to be like a logical through as opposed to one. If you're going to do it Pulp Fiction style, which I felt is kind of what they were doing, which was a really good idea, then everything has to make logical sense. You have to be able to put everything in a timeline that works for everything. You know, whereas if you do it Tales from the Crypt style, as in the old 70s movie, where it's a bunch of other people doing something, then the segments don't have to connect as much.
I see.
You know.
Okay. Anyhow, I need to bolt now.
Okay.
But yeah, let's take it from here next time.
Please, I'd love to.
This is like a very doable time for me, and maybe we can do like some more in near future.
Oh, I'd love to.
Okay.
I would absolutely love to. John, you take care.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Love to the family, and look forward to seeing your next project.
Thank you, bro. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Oh, well, that was awesome. That was kind of CAN EVRENOL, although I believe we spell it CAN. So CAN EVRENOL, director of Baskin and Housewife. And you know, it's always such a pleasure talking to that guy. You know, GL and I'd love to talking to Joe Hill. Love to talk to Joe Hill. I would talk to Joe Hill. Hell yeah. I think man, isn't that guy above my pay grade though? Hey, but man, if he wants to, if he fucking does, damn, we'll do that. All right. So it's about time for us to take another break. So what we'll do is we will take a 5-minute, and then we will have Captain Goat and Joe Kerr on, since they paid, if they are both still with us. And the way we do that, I know Joe Kerr knows this. And I'm pretty sure we've also had Captain Goat on, but in case they forgot, I contact you through Twitter DM. Contact me through Twitter DM, and I send you the link to the Google Hangout, and we do it that way. All right. Let's head back. Let's turn some music on. Do one more. Yeah, let's go back to this. And I will leave you with the radiant beauty, which is Queenie Martha. I'll be right back. We are back. Let us see how them Twitter DMs came through. Aha. Joe Kerr says, hit me up whenever we're ready. We're ready. So let's make that happen. Yeah, I take it that Captain Goat is already taken off. Captain Goat does whatever a cat and goat does.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I've been fine, and you?
Doing okay. Oh, you got horns on. Good. This is good. This is right. Topic for the stream then. Let's see. See who's all still with us.
1 second.
Let's get let's see, is the Yogster still on with us? On.
Oh no, dude. I wanted to ask you something.
Sure, go for it.
What are your thoughts on the adaptation of Nosferatu by Joe Hill, the TV show?
Oh, I haven't watched it.
I mean,
well, here's the thing.
Have you read the book?
I haven't read the book. I know the book.
Oh, dude, you should.
You know, I'm told it's great. But it was. Oh, hold on. Let's get your volume up a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Nosferatu. I really. It's one of those books I meant to read, and then someone was like, "Well, they're making a TV show out of it," and then I was like, fuck it, I'll just watch that." Because I have a huge list of books to read.
Dude, I get you.
Yeah. Mine's not nearly that bad, but it's pretty bad. I I've got like all 3 volumes of Alan Moore's Jerusalem. I still have yet to finish the Red Book. I've also
wait.
got like
You said Alan Moore's Jerusalem, right?
Alan Moore's Jerusalem. Yeah.
Hold on. Oh shit! Hold on, like Conan.
Do you have the one big volume? Because I chickened out and got. Yeah, that's. Oh, you got the big volume. Yeah. See, I chickened out and got the 3 small ones.
No, I was offered the same, but I'm a collector, dude. So sorry if I'm moving too much. I'm trying to fix my mess here.
No problem.
Come on, Alan Moore.
No problem.
Don't be honest.
For me, it was just all about. I tend to read when I don't have a lot else to do, and a small book is easier for me to pick up and read than a big book, especially if I decide I really want to keep reading when I go to the bathroom. So there have been like, because that's a good like 10, 15 to 20 minute block of time where like no one's gonna talk to me, so it's like. But if I have a huge book, then it's hard to like, drop a deuce.
In a way, I kind of envy you.
How come?
Because, okay, so let me show you this. I do have the official collection of H.P. Lovecraft in Spanish, but the translation wasn't good enough, so I had to get the one in English. So there's books I must have in Spanish and English. Like the entire collection of Edgar Allan Poe, I had to get in English. Because the Spanish, for example, there is no Spanish translation for the word eldritch.
Oh.
So, for example, with Alan Moore, my biggest problem with the Jerusalem is that he plays a lot with the accents. And I kind of get lost there.
Ah, okay.
I also got something you might be interested in too. The first volume of the entire collection of Conan the Barbarian with the original art of Frazetta.
Oh my god! Oh, the Frazetta art is that's what makes that a must-have right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love Frank Frazetta.
By the way, I hit you up with the trailer of Mutant Action in Spanish with English dubs. With English subtitles.
Oh.
Check it out. I send your Twitter feed.
Okay.
Oh shit, my arm.
Excuse me a minute. Hold on.
Gets in height. Don't worry.
No, it's Let's see.
Oh,
actually, I'm pretty sure this means Action Mutant, right?
Acción Mutante, sí. Yeah. Sorry. I have this problem where if I'm speaking to you in English and you speak to me in Spanish, I will automatically go into Spanish.
Got it.
I cannot double think with them. The guys are saying Transpotting was the first accepted book. Dude, I have the Spanish edition on Transpotting. How to put it? When it comes to Spanish translations in here, if you read the manga, there's 3 translation companies. The Mexican one, which is pretty neutral. The Argentinian one with a lot of Che and a lot of Argentinian mannerisms, and the Spaniard one. When I was in college, one day, one of my teachers saw me reading Transpotting, and he said, "It's a Spanish translation from Spain, right?" Yeah, I want to read a book about junkies, not about bullfighters, because it's all it uses a lot of the Spanish lingo of like hostia, coño, joder. So it's not neutral.
Right. Dude, are you just randomly like? Do you just randomly have a video screen that is playing music videos in the background?
I'm playing Watchmen in the background.
Oh, I was thinking like maybe maybe I should. I'd love
Hold
to
on,
have
let me.
that.
Right now I got VH1. Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't like. I just don't have that, and I'm thinking like in the background there, some random shit playing. But then again, I might get dinged for it. So yeah. Which cut of Watchmen? Oh, I don't know. If it's not the comic book, it's second best.
I don't. Yeah, and as for the
That
current
fucking
one,
Watchmen show that they're advertising, I don't even know what that's supposed to be.
okay.
Because I thought it was like, okay, we're gonna redo Watchmen, but we're gonna try to make it into a multi-season show, so we're gonna add shit.
Hey, this works. I think.
Hey, Captain Goat.
Hi.
Goat Captain, how you doing?
Hey, did I just hear hostia, puta, coño, joder, viva España?
Okay, you have two Spanish speakers here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to say this. Tetas, culo, cómete mi polla. That was Spanish for it's ass, eat my dick.
Oh,
Basically.
geez. Have okay, so do you both speak you're both are you both which one Captain Goat I know is in Spain, right?
Yeah, well, I am from Spain.
You are from Spain. Oh, where do you live?
No, in Spain, I mean.
You
Born and raised.
born and raised. Okay, so you still live in Spain.
Yes.
Okay. So Joe Kerr, you are in Venezuela? No.
No. Okay. I hate to put it like this. If I were in Venezuela, I will be like saying, "Hello, Jackula. The presidente is very nice to us. He treats."
Well, I asked because we do. Fernando. I believe Fernando. We have a guy that comes on occasionally. Fernando, who's actually like right in that whole thing.
Oh, dude.
So like it was one of those like he was like, yeah, I'd love to come on this week, but apparently there's been a coup, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
I mean,
That's
mean,
not found out about that shit.
last time I was on, it was election day here.
Oh,
so-
Chile. That's right. He's in Chile. Yeah.
He's
Right.
Chilean.
Yeah.
But no, last time I was on the show, it was election day, and it's been about a month, I believe, and we still don't have a working government because it was one of those, yes, someone won, but it doesn't have enough votes to do any action, so we are going to pretend that we have a working country. Just pretend.
Man, I
Yeah.
feel like now I wish I could have gotten Queedy to also come on because she is Mexican and that we could have covered all the Spanish speaking bases. We could have gotten actual Spain, Central America, and South America.
Yeah. Look, I was talking with Godia in the chat, and
Yeah.
personally, there's a couple of Spanish movies that are rather easy to find now that I want to recommend you. I recommend you the 4 Rec movies.
Oh, the rec
Hey, after
movies.
the-
Yeah, I've seen all 4 of
After
them.
the first one,
I mean, I like the first one. The second one was okay. The third one was a comedy, obviously, and the fourth one.
The 4th one was weird because that was a straight up movie that had found footage elements as opposed to a found footage
Yeah.
film.
Yeah, but
I
it felt
liked
more
the
like-
story, but like it definitely it didn't. They tied it into the Rex series, but it felt like a plot for a different movie that they turned into a Rec film.
Dude, it was this. Rec, The Thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait. Are you talking about the one with the wedding, or are you talking about the last one?
The one in the ship, the last one.
There's
Rec
the one that
Apocalypse.
shipped, the last one. Okay, that one. Yeah,
No.
yeah. That's Rec meets the Thing. You
Yeah,
know.
The behind the scenes story is basically that Rec was nobody expected the first one to be big, and when it
No.
got the American adaptation and all the fanfare, the director got a bit over his head, so he started to produce sequels like a bit more pretentious every time because
Yeah,
it's
well,
kind
like
of the thing with
Rec
Catalonians.
2, Rec 2 is amazing. I love Rec
Yes.
2. Rec 2 is amazing. Rec 3, you can tell, was like, okay, well, we got to make another one with this name in it. So that's kind of what they did. And then when they got to the last one, it concluded the story, but they were 3 and 4 completely different styles of movie. You
Yeah,
know?
it was that thing when it's not even sequels for milking the money. It was kind more of a pride thing. Like I still got it.
Yeah, like if you want to see the Rec films, but you don't want to get too deep into it, you watch the first 2. That's a complete story.
Yeah. For those of you watching home, basically, not a big spoiler. Wreck 1 and 2 happen pretty much at the same time. Like
Rec 2
they're
happens like the next day.
No,
Well,
no, it happens-
no, you're right. It starts a little bit before Wreck and then goes throughout all of it. And then there's a little bit more at the end that where, because the last shot of the actual Wreck is when the girl gets pulled away. Like, and Wreck 2,
Spoilers.
yeah, spoilers. And Wreck 2 continues after that.
Yes.
Because basically there are different times when the cameras are turned off and on. You know, we watch a guy come in, but now you're watching that. The thing that's amazing about it is it's kind of like the Back to the Future 2 of the series, because they faithfully recreate many of the scenes from the original Wreck. It's just now you're seeing it from a different angle.
And also, they got some of the same actors after it was Wreck 1 and 2. How many years apart? 2, 3 years?
It was 2 or 3 years. Yeah,
A couple,
years.
just a couple. I believe it was not planned from the beginning. It didn't go into production until the success of the first one, but they are separated by very little time.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
Bodhi.
the thing that was weird to me was that the thing I hated about Quarantine, which was the American version.
I haven't seen it.
Dude, you don't miss anything. Let's be
No,
honest.
If you've seen the original Wreck, you just remove all the demon shit, and that's Quarantine. Now,
It's basically 28 days later.
yeah, it's basically, it's kind of 28 days later, but the problem with that is the most infamous shot of the film when the girl's being dragged off. Now that it's not demons, that shot is not as cool. Because one of the freakiest moments in the original Wreck is when you actually see the demon.
Oh,
You know, near the end, where it's just like, and you see the monster, and you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. Because it's not a big makeup effect, but it's freaky. It's really freaky.
Do you want to hear something more fucked up?
Yeah.
That it wasn't so much makeup. It's more like the actor who plays La Niña, the girl. He has that condition. So he played Mama in Mama, and he barely used any makeup. He has a condition where he's very tall and very slinky.
Ooh.
One of those guys.
I didn't realize it was the same guy who played Mama.
It's the same guy who plays Mama. He also plays some of the ghosts in Cumbre Escarlata, Crimson Peak. Yeah, thank you.
It was Crimson Peak, yes.
He also plays the alien in Alien Covenant.
That makes sense.
So they are saying that he's pretty much the European Doug Jones.
Doug Jones,
right
I was
now.
about to say, yeah. Yeah,
Hold on, let me
it's
see if I
either
can find
European
his
Doug Jones or European Andy Serkis. Yeah.
And dude, the guy is freaky looking.
Hmm.
Let me see where
Yeah, let me
I
see.
can find pictures of him.
Let me see. No.
He's on some interview. Javier Botet.
How do you spell it? Oh,
I
wait.
sent it to you as a private message.
Whoa. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta see this. This is the guy without makeup, but while making like weird monster face.
That's his default face, kind of.
Yeah. His face is a little deformed. Oh no, this is a better. Oh no. Here we are. Him at the desk. This picture of him at the desk. Holy crap! Like that gets it across. You know, and this is absolutely like just a regular photo of the guy.
He also plays the nun in the Nun movies, apparently.
In the Conjuring 2, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, and he played the leper guy in It.
Oh, right.
The what?
Do you remember in the movie It? The guy with the
one
leper?
that's original for the movie, that's not in the book, but it's a homage to Mama.
When the little kid's like coughing and he hears the "Do you think this will help me, Daddy?" And he's holding the pills when he chases him around the house.
Oh.
You mean that one?
Oh.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
I thought you
him.
meant the one in the picture. That's an homage to Mama. That's basically
Yeah, no, that's also no Macho Mama. But in the It movie, the "Do you think it will help me, Eddie?" And he
Yeah.
starts following. Yeah,
Right. God, it's funny because like Skarsgård is so freaky in that movie. He kind of overshadows he definitely overshadows the other monsters, which to be fair, he probably should because he's Pennywise.
that reminds me.
I I still don't think Pennywise should be that creepy just by default, just without trying.
I
That he should
know.
be more charming.
Yes, because that's the contrast is supposed to be creepy, not just a creepy clown all the time.
Yeah, but he did such a
Yeah.
good job. I found myself going like, eh. Like I was actually for the first time I was actually kind of afraid of Pennywise.
By the way,
in movie form, in the book, he's terrifying.
Jack, you're gonna love this.
Yeah.
There's an interview with Skarsgård where he explains how he did certain stuff, like the smile. And at one point, he said that he was talking to the director, and he said the director goes like, "We want to use CGI to make your eye go to the side." And he was like this, and he can do it on
I've
demand.
seen
When
that.
when he pushes like his eyes sideways,
Oh.
he says, "I have a lazy eye, so I do it anytime." They tell me do it, okay?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I loved that. I loved when they did that because it was a great pause because you can tell that the monster is trying to figure out, okay, what do I do next? And that's when he just lets his lazy eye like fucking go over here. Like monster's like, huh.
You know, I was
Well,
talking
Georgie.
I was discussing H.R. Geiger with a friend who's learning art,
Oh.
and we reached to that point where I was explaining him that the creature from Alien scares you because it doesn't have eyes. You don't have a connection
Yes.
to it.
Yeah, yeah.
And we did
it
a parallel
has no
with
eyes.
it in the sense that his eyes are not for perception, but more as a point for you to connect to something that's alive. That they will tell you, "Oh,
Yeah.
he's a human," but his
Mhm.
eyes
whole-
are more like the feathers of a peacock.
Yes, the whole
Or
point
like
about Pennywise is that it's supposed to be a puppet, the lure of a
an
fish.
avatar. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually know a girl who has a Eularia who's been on the stream before. She has a lazy eye, and she also does a lot of mermaid play, so she's thinking of getting like fish eye, like pure white contacts, so that you can't see her pupils. So it's easier for people to think that she doesn't have a lazy eye when she's performing. You know, but you know, that's just the way it is.
So I'm guessing she doesn't want to go with the creepy mermaid.
Oh yeah, well, I dated her back in the day. Like she was great. I loved her. You know, it just sometimes shit just doesn't work out, even though everyone loves each other.
Yeah.
You know,
It
it
happens.
happens. It happens.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, speaking about Spanish cinema, there's a movie I think you're gonna love, dude, but I don't know where to find it. Goaty, have you ever heard of what was the name? It was something like ¿Quién mataría a un niño? Who could kill a kid?
Oh,
Who could kill a kid?
that's a fucking classic.
Who could kill
It's
a kid?
from.
Yes,
Is it from the 70s or something like
74.
that? 74.
So the
Who
way
can kill a child?
Like, to put it into context,
76.
Franco was alive at that point.
dude, let's be honest, pretty much all the horror cinema has to do with okay, Franco was alive or Franco was dead. No offense, dude, but it's the same thing that happens here with Pinochet. It's like he was such a major factor that he influenced a lot of the movies of the era.
No, but I mean,
Oh, yeah.
that was a movie done under the censorship of the Frankist regime, so
Ooh,
it has a different style.
basically, Jack, what if the crazies were children?
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I am. Oh geez, yeah, I'm looking at this. It's interesting.
It got away with a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about a time period where you couldn't even show cleavage.
Oh man, Oh, I finished the Who Could Kill a Child trailer, and immediately the trailer for Torso starts playing.
Of
I
course
was
it
saying
does.
to Goody, do you think he's gonna like the Torrente movies, or that's too much?
I mean, maybe the first two. After that, it gets a bit too Spanish pop culture, and if he doesn't get the
Wait.
references,
What movie is this? What are you talking about?
Okay.
they are movies about. Do you know the metalhead from Day of the Beast?
Yeah.
He's called Santiago Segura, and he's a actor director very famous from here. And his most well-known movies are Torrente, the Torrente saga, where he is both the main character and the director, and he portrays a fat, lazy, corrupt cop,
Hmm.
I like you.
and it's like cop exploitation. But after the third one, it gets very. It's a lot about the references to Spanish pop culture.
Thank you,
so
Indy Timmy.
maybe
Oh, someone just subscribed, so I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
so maybe
Um,
what's the first two?
Yeah. Torrente, el torpe brazo de la ley. Torrent, the clumsy arm of the law.
Basically, and it's about
So-
him trying to stop drug trade and being way over his head and somehow fucking everyone and getting away with it.
What's the name of this series?
Basically, it's a series called Torrente. I'm gonna send to you a private message.
Torrent?
but-
Torrent?
Torrente.
Yeah, with a
It's
T.
just his name. It's the name of the character.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Oh, Santiago Segura, Torrente. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
imagine what if the Pink Panther and Bad Lieutenant had a baby?
Basically,
So are these black comedies?
yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, they are very fucked up.
Oh. Ooh, okay. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, my God. Is this the same actor who plays the metalhead in Day of the Beast?
Yes.
And also,
Oh,
he
God.
appears in every single Guillermo del Toro movie so far.
Yes.
He
Oh,
always
my God.
cameos.
He's the vampire that gets tortured by Blade in like 4 different times in Blade 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
also Pacific Rim, the guy who tells Charlie Day, "Hey, you want the parts of the guy you are good for, when you want to be with a woman."
Wait, no. That was,
No, but remember that there's a guy who tells Charlie Day about the thing, and he was like, "No, I'm looking for Ron Perlman," and he was like, "Oh, yeah."
Oh,
The owner of the store.
Okay. So that's the guy who shows them where Ron Perlman is.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
He has a very distinct look. The moment he's on the screen, you know it's Santiago Segura. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Dude, all I'm gonna say is, after you say Day of the Beast, whenever you see him, you will
Yeah.
think of the Father, I can fly like the fucking angels.
Spoilers.
Hostia, padre, puedo volar como los putos ángeles.
No, Joe, you have to see Una de Zombies. Jack, I don't think that movie has even fan subs, but if you can find it, that's the most.
What's it called?
Una de Zombies.
Una de Zombies. One about zombies. It's imagine Santiago Segura trying to do a Tarantino movie.
Okay, let me and it has Santiago Segura in it. Or is
It's
he the director?
It's the Poltergeist situation where he's not credited as the director, but we all know he did it.
Ah, okay. So what's it called again?
Una de Zombies.
Una the Zombies.
The rough
Okay.
Be like a zombie film or one of the zombies.
I'd rather just link the trailer.
Yeah.
You have it in your Twitter DM, Jack.
Una de Zombies, 2003. Ah,
Rough
okay.
translation. The villains. The heroes.
And it's a fourth wall breaking, meta-narrative, non-linear storytelling, but with Santiago Segura as a satanic religion teacher.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, dude.
As awesome
You know-
as it sounds.
You know it's a good movie when you say Santiago Segura doing something.
Yeah, basically. Santiago Segura on screen for more than 5 minutes. Sold.
Hey, Gaudi, would you recommend The Perfect Crime?
Which one was that?
El Crimen Perfecto.
Yeah, but which one?
The guy gets married to a girl. The guy gets tired of the girl, and he wants to kill her. I think it's a comedy by Alex de la Iglesia as well.
I don't really. Like,
It's a rom-com.
I'm aware
Wow, there are a
of it,
lot
but
of
I don't.
explosions in this movie.
Yeah.
You know, no,
And
no,
it
I
has-
get what you're talking about with Tarantino because it's got a lot. I can see by the trailer it has a lot of Tarantino shots
Yeah,
in it.
it has in the movie. There's a band that appears multiple times playing. That's called Azote Satánico, Satanic Onslaught.
Oh my god, that's great.
By the way, Jack, with the 100 times that you've seen Day of the Beast, what do you think about the soundtrack so far?
So far, it looks great. I just hadn't had a chance to actually sit down when the I've been spending all my time just syncing up the
Dude,
the
do me a
the
favor.
subtitles. Mm-hmm.
After you watch that, watch it with Guru. He's gonna have a field day.
Yeah, probably.
Most likely, yeah.
He will
By the way,
identify with Santiago Segura.
and by the way, Dia de la Bestia is a Christmas movie.
Yes. Indeed, it is.
As
Yeah.
in, it's set at Christmas.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
and there's
Alright.
more, but I cannot go into details. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
But for example, when they speak about the three kings in the movie, in Spain they have a celebration where where I don't know how is it los tres reyes magos, the three
The
magician
three wise
kings.
men. The three wise men.
Yeah. So it's like a procession before Christmas, based on the three wise men who go find Jesus. So they will speak a lot about it during the movie. It has to do with that, with the celebration.
Yeah, you know that thing where the birth of the Antichrist is supposed to be a dark parody of the birth of Christ?
Yeah.
That's part of the plot. They follow those clues.
By the way, Goaty, your best national product, fucking Fan Hunter.
Which one?
Fan Hunter by Cel Spignolo, the comic book.
Oh, I haven't read that, but I'm aware. Dude,
You
I
haven't? You
I have to
haven't?
read it. I have to.
Get out of my country! Sorry.
But it's Catalonia.
What?
Dude, you
It's called Fan Hunter.
Yeah, I told you about it. It's about the war with the Pope makes everything illegal.
It is published in Catalonia, right?
I
It's
think I
a normal
spaced
editorial,
on
I think.
this.
It's okay. It's a comic book where the Pope, the new Pope, creates the Church of Philip K. Dick, where everything's illegal except if it's related to Philip K. Dick. And the nerds, the geeks, us, we create something known as the Resistance to fight him and his troopers and whatnot. Now, here's the thing you're gonna love, dude. The author, he knows people who have certain rights, and he made, as a role-playing game, the official parody of Vampire the Masquerade.
Oh.
Called Fanfire.
Fanpiros? Oh my god.
Fanfire. Like, you have, hold on, the Booyah clan,
Oh.
the Fanfaradu.
Okay, what's the
the-
Malkavian?
Hold on, the Film Crew, which every member wants to be fucking Tarantino or Spielberg. The Gangrel, which are the old school D&D players. The Roleador, which are the role players that don't roll dice, who go to LARPing, blah. The Trekkier, because
Of course.
long life
Oh
and
my
prosper.
god.
No, seriously, what's the Malkavian?
Oh man, you
Wargaming.
can buy, if you really want, you can buy the Fan Hunter game at Target.
I already have it. It's pretty fucking good. And the Malkavian is the Wargaming. They're basically board game players like Warhammer 40k and whatnot, but the rules drive him insane.
Yeah, I identify with that.
And here's the Camarilla, and I have the Sabbath. The Sabbath are basically gorehounds. The Simushis are
yeah. Good.
they're body horror guys.
Good.
And De La Sombra
I'm liking this.
and De La Sombra parody is basically the old school goths. like Bela Lugosi's Dead, Mary Shelley, and stuff like that.
Vampiro. Oh my god, it's actually a storyteller system game. Kinda, yeah, but I'm like, what? Yeah. Fanpiros, second edition. Is there a first edition?
Yeah, but it's pretty...
Fanpiro. Oh my god. Oh man.
Yeah. And it's kind of official because it was made by the same company that holds the rights for the Spanish World of Darkness.
Oh, got it. Man, yeah. Do you know what? So a friend of mine actually helped kickstart Onyx Path's second edition of Scion. Okay. So those books just came out.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, like, we have a copy now because they just shipped out the copies that they promised people who had backed it. It's its own game now. Like before it was kind of like Exalted with a different setting. Kinda, but
yeah.
Now it's way way different.
Dude, I have it here. Hold on. I don't know if you can tell, but
you can't actually see that. Hang on, can't actually read that. Scion God, yeah.
Let's see. Paranoia, Farfly, Pathfinder, Conan, The Invisible, something other stuff.
Right.
My biggest problem with Scion is, so we're gonna play which version? Hero, Demigod, or God? Hero, but we're gonna need the other books. Look, one of my biggest beefs with certain RPGs is, so you want to play Bumper the Requiem, so you need the Bumper the Requiem core book and you need the New World of Darkness books, or else.
Yeah, or else.
I really hate it when they split it up, but at the same time, one of the things, for example, that I hate about Deadlands, the new editions, is that they put the storyteller's book and the player's guide in the same book.
Yeah. Okay, so they did something a little bit similar with Scion. Now, here's the thing. You are intended to start out before you meet the gods.
Okay.
You know, it's like, hey, pre-visitation. You know, they're called pre-visitation characters. You're supposed to play that for a couple of sessions. And that's where you get, like, a couple of knacks. You got, like, your attributes are pretty good, you know, but it's basically, all right, we're going to get you into the setting, and now you're going to, like, shoot manticores or whatever. You're going to shoot little monsters, and then we're going to move on to the visitation, and that's where you get, like, the legit magic powers. It's actually, I don't know how it plays because we just got a hold of it like over the last couple of days. But it's interesting. It's very interesting. One thing I wish about a lot of White Wolf and Onyx Path games is that I wish they were written with the intention of being an instruction manual. Like D&D is. One of the things that makes D&D 5th edition so easy is the fact that it is written like an instruction manual. You know, and yeah, so that things are easy to reference and they're easy to find. Because, let me put it this way, if you're looking for what the stun rules are, you don't need that buried in something else.
Or
you want it to have its own heading so you can reference it because it's something that you're going to have to bring up at a moment's notice.
Or not having to...
I always got the feeling that D&D is trying to be more mainstream, while White Wolf is embracing the needs in a bad commercial tactic kind of way.
Well, they're trying to be a little more like novels and stuff, but I think that's a bad direction for a game.
Yeah.
You know, also, I think a game you need to be able to be like, bam, here it is.
I never venture outside of the basic Masquerade because there's so much, but it's so unintuitive.
Oh, yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. Which is, it is unintuitive, which is why I'm like, no, you gotta get all this stuff, like, and I have seen Pugmire.
Look,
but you got to explain it to the player, because if you are a narrative-driven player, you just want the rule as quickly as possible, because you don't want to fuck around with stats. You just want to know what.
That's why you buy, and that's why you have to buy this.
Yeah. But screw that. A game master screen is there for the game master, and it's there for quick reference. You know, the book should already be doing that.
Oh shit!
You should already be able to do that without the book, with perfect proficiency. You know, I have a lot of like, I'm very picky about tabletop role-playing game systems. You know, as I have said before, if you can't tell me what the big rules, what the core loop of the game system is, 30 seconds from when I open that book, if I can't find it, you fail. You have less than a minute to allow me to find and explain to me the basic system. You know.
Do you want to have nightmares forever,
Bam.
dude?
What?
Have you ever heard of a Spanish-Japanese RPG called Anima?
Oh, that fucking shit.
Oh, yeah.
I hate my friends.
Listen up. I got it. The art is nice.
God.
That's all I can say about the books.
It's like, it's made for whips, but the worst kind of whips.
The art is beautiful. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful fan art. And have you ever heard of something called Roll Master?
Yes. I remember.
Do you need a hug?
Chart monster.
Do you need a hug?
God, look, you are. All right, so look, just to be very fair to what this game actually delivers on, let us take. I will show you very quickly y'all at home, the cover for one of their books. This is a low res version, but no, let me do them right. Let me find a high res version.
Which one are you looking for? Anima?
The Anima, yeah.
Dude, give me a second.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yes, son of a bitch. Oh,
hey, yeah, these are beautiful books. They're beautiful books, but as far as like being a role-playing game, you're gonna
show them the character.
the character sheet. No,
Yes,
because that means I have to find it. Okay, let's see. Anima character sheet. Not anime character sheet. Anima character sheet.
Not much of a difference.
Okay.
This is not it. It's like 4 or 7 pages
Yeah,
long.
it's huge. It's huge. And oh god, yeah, here's the first page. Look at that. What are you doing? Look at this, man. Like, what the fuck? That's way too much.
Listen up.
And I actually know people who say it's easy to complete.
It's easy to complete. You gotta be fucking no.
Okay.
Like
No.
that's this is RPG on Weeb hard mode, man.
Yes,
You know,
it is.
like
One of my best friends DMs Anima. The first time, listen up carefully. The first time I ever made a character from D&D 3.5, it took me 2 hours to make the character.
yeah.
Anima took me 5.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
When a game takes you more than a half hour to make the character sheet, you're having problems.
Oh, Pendragon. No, don't bring up no. Pendragon, I refuse. I refuse to play any fucking system where my character could die before the first session.
Traveler.
Like,
Wow.
fucking no, that could literally happen. It's like, oh, you're dead now. I just started rolling a character. Well, no, now you're the ancestor of your actual character. Fuck you! Like, what are you talking about? I don't.
Okay,
I'm not playing an Arthurian setting to play scrub number 4. You know, like, fuck that.
Man.
Okay, Jack, I gotta ask you something. Since you are a collector as well, have you ever bought an RPG that you know you're never gonna run it because Either the system is too complicated, or your players haven't read the books, or whatever. But you just have it because you like it.
Yeah,
Which one?
SLA Industries.
I'm not familiar with it.
There's kind of a reason. I don't know how to put it. It doesn't explain itself very well. I don't know what the system is. I've had the book for many, many years. I've tried to read through it. I can't.
Okay.
And I don't know what you're supposed to be.
At least the art is good?
The art is good. The art is very good.
Okay.
You know, and it was the first game that I bought where I kind of learned the lesson. You know what? If I'm gonna do an RPG, if I'm gonna put in time to be able to like fucking play a game, I really need to know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, that could be useful.
Because I cannot describe what that game is to people. It's like, okay, so it's sort of like Shadowrun. I'm like, kinda. Okay, well, what is it? It's an alien world where some people are undead and they kind of rule over a city. Okay, so what do? I think you just die, mainly. Get killed, mainly. Okay. So they made a miniatures game out of it. And I don't know. I guess it's a war game now?
It's something.
Don't look at me, man. Like it
Looks good.
It looked really good. You know, it was on sale. And then it was a bad idea. I don't know what else to tell you. It was a bad idea.
I found a game here that I mentioned it to Jogi and he loved it.
Yeah.
What if D&D had a child with Harvest Moon, the video game, and with the entire concept of Ghibli movies, slice of life?
That sounds awful.
It depends on your taste. It's slice of life fantasy RPG. And again, Spanish.
Yeah,
Well, let me put it this way: I don't want to play a tabletop. Like if you sold that to me as a video game, I think I could do. I could
Yeah, or like a writing or narrative driven, but with actual tabletop rules, slice of life. No.
Again, it's
oh,
part Japanese.
Flashman recognizes that. Apparently, he recognizes
Flashman,
it.
It is Ryutama.
Ryutama. I don't know what this is. Because
It's
natural fantasy RPG? What the fuck?
Yep. It follows the. It's a very weird game, by the way. I don't know what's. No offense. I don't know what's up with Spaniards doing crossovers with Japanese to make RPGs. I don't know what's up with you guys.
Well, we have
huge
found
weebs.
that there is a very super active Spanish-speaking weeb community.
Yes.
Like we've
We're-
determined this.
In Spain, it's because of France. They got the weakness into us, and now it's just part
Oh
of the
god, is this a
culture.
Burning Wheel game?
Wait, Ryutama or?
Is this yeah.
I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
it's not. It's not a Burning Wheel game. Oh, thank God. Okay. Like there's a system out there called Burning Wheel. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. Because I've never seen a system built around the idea of not using a D20. Like that's the whole reason the system exists, is so you don't use D20. And I'm like, yeah, but I just need the number, dude.
It sounds like.
I don't want to do math. I don't want to reference 3 charts. I just want the number. 2 of these charts are just getting the number. That doesn't make any sense. Just roll die 20. You know, like, why would we do this? You know. Also, it turns out those games where too much of the narrative power is given to the player over the game master, where the game master just adjudicates things. Turns out those suck to run.
Yeah.
They really suck to run because, like, you as the game, you can't move the plot along. You can't have shit happen. And I'm like, That's your whole fucking job as the game master, is to make shit happen.
Also, I believe a lot of the lesser web influenced tabletop games are just people who used to role play in online forums about whatever anime.
Yeah.
I think that is true. I think there is a lot of that going
that
on.
want to take the same experience and make it a tabletop, but it doesn't work. It's not the same.
No.
Guys.
You've got to get that random number shit. You got to roll some dice.
Yeah.
You got to do some shit. Yeah.
Look. I've been playing here for about 15.
Okay.
I usually hang out at this RPG. One day we have, like I said, we have the experience when there's two types of DMs of Bumper the Masquerade. Those who DM Bumper the Masquerade, like the political game, and those who run it like Underworld. One day this
Underworld?
new guy, the Underworld movies.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ooh, that system
worse.
is not good for action.
Hold on. One day this guy arrives. He must be about 13 years old. He looks like a mixture between a goth who wants to be an emo or an emo who wants to be a goth. We talked about Bumper.
All right.
And he says, "Oh, I play Bumper the Masquerade." You're like, "Oh, can we see your character sheet?" Generation 1, his name was Alucard.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course it was.
And his sire was God.
Oh.
Disciplines everything.
Oh no.
And I quote, no, he had disciplines everything. And I was taught. There's
And also
4 guys who
katana.
taught me. Dude, I have 4 guys who taught me how to DM. Those 4 guys were face palming so hard you could hear it from other dimensions.
All right, your character's dead. Start over, kid. You know, like no, that's. Oh my god, no, that's terrible. But like, yeah, no, that system is terrible for action. I would never run an action adventure game in Storyteller.
I have.
It's terrible. It's a terrible idea. You know, it is so unwieldy at that level. You can't do it because, like, how to put it? Like D&D, roll die 20, get a number, compare it to a number. All right, that takes about 20 seconds. In Vampire, it takes about 30 seconds, and that really adds up over the course of a combat scene.
Let me tell you one legend. When I went to this game store, there was one guy we call Logan. Shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's been playing Werewolf the Apocalypse ever since it came out as a supplement for Bumper the Masquerade. Okay?
Supplement? It never came out as a supplement.
It came as first as a crossover and then as an official book. I think it came when one of the city books. Like you could build your own werewolf NPC to attack their players or whatnot, something like that.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. So the guy has a story. His werewolf is a rank 6, and that's the top that a werewolf can get. He told us that the game was.
I don't when people do that.
He told us the game is so fucking broken that one player of Bumper the Masquerade said, "You know what? Fuck, I'm gonna toss you every single antediluvian."
Yeah,
and he killed. Hold on, and he killed them. He killed every single antediluvian with a werewolf, and then everybody was like, "No, this is broken."
Oh yeah, no, that's totally broken. That is totally broken. Like I don't know how to. One of the things that, Storyteller is not very good for action. The 2 systems that I have played that are really good for action are D&D/Pathfinder, and the other one is Feng Shui. Those are really good action systems. You know, because they're pretty zippy. Particularly Feng Shui is really fucking fast. But it's also fun. Actually, another good one was Tristat was a good one, but that it wasn't obvious that it was.
Wait. Which one was Tristat?
Big eyes, small mouth.
Oh yeah, the one I was thinking about was Unisystem for All Flesh Must Be Eaten, CG's Witchcraft, Spycraft, Army of Darkness.
Yeah. I didn't like those as much. Although I liked All Flesh Must Be Eaten. You know, but that's not action so much as you against 100 targets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a zombie role-playing game. So the idea is that you're taking basically at any moment a zombie could show up, and so you're constantly doing shit. So the resolution system is fast, but it's not flashy because it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a horror movie.
Yeah, the other good system for combat, I won't get a lot of flack for this, but I will say the system for 7C/Lane of the Fire Ranks.
Oh, I never fucking played 7C.
Okay, 7C is fucking amazing. It's one of my favorite RPGs of all time.
Okay.
It's you roll attribute plus skill. Let's say you roll 6 dice, but your attribute is level 3. So you take the 3 highest, you add them up, that's your target.
All right, so for those of you who don't know, the idea of 7C is that you're playing a pirate.
Okay.
It's basically Pirates of the Caribbean meets what's it movie? One Day More, Lemis, Berserk, the anime.
Yeah. There's some Berserk in there, yeah.
Yeah, Bloodborne. It's basically Europe during the discovery of America, a little bit pre that, but everything's possible.
Yeah. But, you know, the big hook is that you're playing a pirate, which is why it's called 7C.
And there's another big hook. The system it's very similar to Example. So the more awesome you describe stuff, the more dice it get.
Right. But that's a system thing. The idea is that you're playing a pirate.
Yes.
You know, and I think there is magic in that world, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There's 2 editions so far. Second edition, toned down the game. Toned it down a little bit the lore. They added a couple of new nations, and the system is different. And the other one I would recommend, but I don't know if this game is for you, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Legend of the Fire Rings.
I hate
Oh,
Legend
that's
of the
a-
Five Rings.
Yeah, that's pretty
hate
much
that
anime.
game. I hate that game. That game
Look.
is that to me. Legend of the Five Rings to me is one of those boring fucking RPGs ever written.
I know only one game master who makes it interesting,
Mm-hmm.
but what's the catch-22? He has a degree in Japanese history.
That might make a difference, but like for me,
The game is still not
not
a good concept.
there's definitely a point in Legend of the Five Rings where I find myself going, could we just kill a monster, please?
For those of you at home, Legend of the Fire Rings, it's a samurai role-playing game. That sounds awesome, right?
It's a less anime.
It should be awesome.
The problem is, it's a realistic samurai game in a world of fantasy, so there is so much fucking politics.
Yeah. It's I don't know how to say this. It's a war game. It's a mass combat role-playing game that for some reason is largely about politics. And it's like I've gone on record as saying I'm not a big fan of the AEG games. You know, they are games that are well researched, I suppose. But like I don't care. They made a board game and a card game, and I'm told those are amazing.
Yes.
Because I'm sure like that's fine. I'm sure that's awesome because that sounds like that's where that really should be.
And here's the thing. I don't know if you want to love this or hate it. So they do a tournament every single year. Whichever player wins, not only gets a trophy, but he can also dictate what's going to happen in the canon. So if he wants to create his own family within a clan, fuck it, no, it's canon. If he wants to add a plotline where there's a coup, fuck it, now it's canon.
Well, that's interesting, but that doesn't really help me as a game player or a game master at a friend's game. You know, like that to me is the core experience I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And I don't. Not into Legend of the Five Rings. I'm not into it.
Do you want to hear the funny part? The original edition of Legend of the Five Rings was set in the same universe as 7C.
That's a terrible idea.
It was especially because the combat in Legend of the Five Rings is one-hit kill. And the combat in 7C is meant to be fucking out of The Princess Bride.
Okay.
So they don't match. One of these things is not like the other.
I don't know. All right. I've only played one game where ship combat was cool. Where I'm like, holy crap, this is great. It's tense, it feels right, and like they knew what they had when they created this system. Rogue Trader. Fantasy Flight's Rogue Trader had an awesome ship combat system.
Yeah.
Because they did a couple of things. One, they were like, all right, here's the basic ship combat system. Now, here are all the advanced rules. So they were like, when you're ready for this, use it, but not until like you feel like you're ready for it. Like the general rules are positioning, acceleration, positioning, and firing. And everyone at the table, rather than everyone having an individual initiative, basically the two ships roll off against each other. And then every member of the crew goes except the captain. Captain goes last. Because the captain has an ability that can influence any one other character. So the captain is always sitting there back, influencing to the last bit. And then they're like, okay, we do this. And they make the last call. There are a lot of basic actions that you can take. One of my favorites is boredom, where you literally send shuttles out to the other ship. Because this is Warhammer 40K, so these ships are the size of cities. Yeah. But you have little individual ships, little individual frigates that can like go out and like start shooting up the other place. So basically you're simultaneously doing the two ships fighting each other very slowly, while quickly the little ships are each doing like a fucking Death Star run on the other.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, now that you've accomplished this, you can then go for the bridge. You can have a boarding party that goes for the bridge, and if they make it, you get to roll to see how well they do. And if it does this well, that basically the ship loses morale, you can ask them to surrender, all that jazz. One of the advanced rules, which we ran into, that added a lot to the game, but was like, oh my fucking god. Like, it made it really tense. Gravity.
Oh.
They added gravity well, because we were fighting near one time we were fighting near a planet, and so all the ships are slowly being pulled towards the planet. And it's like, here's essentially the event horizon. If you get this far, the ship will uncontrollably tumble to the surface. And you can save yourself, but forget fighting at the same time. You're just fucked. Like, that's like, you're caught in a whirlpool, you're screwed. You might be able to get out of it, but if the enemy's not in the same whirlpool with you, you're screwed. That was super intense. We did like an entire session that was nothing but ship combat, and we got to the end of it, and I was like, holy shit, I was not bored once.
Dude, I will tell you a funny story I have. For those of you who know Final Fantasy games, amazing games, one of the best I would always recommend is Edge of the Empire. Yeah, which is basically what if Star Wars was set in the universe of Borderlands. It's the field of the galaxy.
Right.
The combat rules aren't. I mean, the space combat rules are a little bit clunky because it uses its own dice. But I took a lot of concepts of that to run a campaign that I was kind of forced to do. Ever had a situation where your players kind of kidnap you into DMing another game?
Yeah, I have been told that Fantasy Flight Star Wars game is really good. I've never played it, though.
It is. Now, the players had played 7C with me, so they knew how I handle combat. They played Cyberpunk 2020 Deep Space, they know how I handle living in outer space.
Yeah.
The thing is,
and for those that didn't hear it right, it's called Edge of the Empire.
Yeah.
As in, you're on the outer edge. But if you see the Star Wars role-playing game, it's got Han and Chewie on the fucking front. That's when you're looking.
Yeah, and it's not focused on Jedi. It's more focused on the board. I mean, in the GTA experience, in being a smuggler, a bounty hunter, and all that. The thing was that game inspired me a lot because my players they binge watch Star Trek and they wanted me to DM Star Trek. Thing is, my tricky knowledge is pretty limited, so I did. What if Star Trek had the military might of Warhammer 40k?
Yeah,
And
there are. Let's see. There are actually three. There are technically, yeah, there are three Star Wars RPGs, and they're all the settings are different.
yeah,
They're all in the Star Wars universe, but they all have different focuses. Like
yeah.
Age of the Empire, you're basically playing smugglers.
Hold on, give me 1 second. I got you covered.
Yeah. Edge of the Empire is like you're playing smugglers. Not a lot of focus on the Force. Yeah,
There is Force, but if you do,
but
use
it's not a major focus.
I mean, if you do use support of the Force, it's because people might believe you're a shaman.
Yeah. Like there are Force users, but like you're not going to be. Jedi is not the focus. This is more like a fucking Rogue One, the Han Solo movie, stuff like
GTA.
that. Yeah.
The second one,
Age of the Rebellion, that is your classic Star Wars trilogy setting. That
it's
is
the military one.
Yeah. You're a member of the Rebellion. You might be a Jedi, but not like full-fledged, but like Luke Skywalker levels of Jedi. Which is usually good enough. And the third one is was it Force and Destiny? Yeah, Force and Destiny. That's the full-on Jedi's fighting each other one.
Yes. Also, I'm looking at my library and I have something that will make you squeal.
Oh yeah?
Squeal, boy!
Hey guys,
Squeal!
I gotta go now. Jack, finish watching Day of the Beast, please.
Oh, I'll let you know.
Santiago's
I'll let you know.
And Joe, search for Una de Zombies.
Lo buscaré, tío.
Yeah, take care. Yeah.
Good night, guys.
No.
Night, dude.
Jack.
Yeah, Force and Destiny, like that's set right after the prequels. Death Watch. My friend. Oh, Death Watch. Yeah, my friend Seth, he actually has like the collector's edition of Death Watch that comes in the
Yeah, son of a bitch.
comes in the lockbox with the key and all that.
And there's another game I really want to DM you, dude, which is one of my favorite RPGs.
Yeah.
Well, two games, but this is the main one. In Nomine Satanis Magna Veritas, The Lost Generation, the new edition.
Let's see, what is that? It's like I've
In
never.
Nomine Satanis Magna Veritas, Generation Lost, which is the new one.
I never even heard of this.
Wait, you have never heard of In Nomine Satanis?
Are you Innomine? Oh, you're talking about Innomine, aren't you?
Yeah, the new edition.
Oh, okay. Yes, I have heard of Innomine. Yes, I didn't realize there was a new one.
Yeah, there's a new one which is called Generation Lost. It's only in Spanish and in French, but the character sheet isn't that hard to translate.
Let's see. Review of Innomine. Yeah, the last version. I have the old Steve Jackson version of Innomine.
I do too.
Yeah,
and I can't wrap my head around the system.
It's a terrible.
No,
it's terrible. It's terrible. I don't know what else to say. It's just bad.
The concept is interesting, but by the way, this is my little part of my little collection. Tell me if you see something that cuts you off.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of books I recognize there. Some of them are in Spanish, but I can still tell you what they are. Yeah. Oh, Cult. There's the second edition of Cult. Yeah.
Yep. Feng Shui 2, Angel. 2.
Wait, Angel?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I forgot all about that thing. I never fucking seen it. I never played that one. Angel, yeah.
It's D20. It has two more books. I have them. Hold on. Let's see. Here's the other part of Angel. Hold on. I have one hand only.
Yeah. One of the things I don't think a lot of people got about Innomine is that a lot of people, I think, tried to do the world of Innomine as if it was 100% serious, but it's not.
Dude,
it's a black comedy setting.
Let me put it like this: if you say the name Innomine like that, it's wrong. You have to say like Innomine.
Yeah. Yeah, well, not a lot of people understood that that's how it was, where the idea is that it's not a super serious game, the original, the translated Nomine. It's a little bit more cartoonish.
Yeah. Inomine is closer to Good Omens, if I had to go to do a comparison for the people out there.
It's got a lot in common with Good Omens, but I would actually let me put it this way. The fact that game was popular with the same country that created Day of the Beast is very obvious.
Yeah. Dude, like the first pages of the book, it starts with an old man with a beard looking at the therapist and saying, "And I made her with huge tits. Everything was around the tits."
Yeah. Fucking, because the whole idea in Inomine is you're either playing a group of angels or a group of devils, and you're doing the bidding of your dark or either the principality or a dark prince, and you're related to some angel or another, and everything has gone wrong.
Yes.
Everything's fucking gone wrong. Like, that was something that a lot of people didn't get. I'm like, no. You have to understand. Like, the game is that heaven and hell are completely out of balance. Like, to the point where you're supposed to be sitting there going, like, how do we fix this? Humans are getting eaten by televisions. That's not supposed to happen.
Dude, the introduction of Generation Lost starts like this. It describes the final days of the battle. Every angel one side, every demon the other side, screaming every single one's name. The Antichrist is there, which, funny enough, the Antichrist is the Pope from Ghost. The forces are about to clash. Hold on. The forces are about to clash. Everything goes black. You open your eyes and you're at a movie theater. And the person next to you goes like, "I can't believe Thanos did the snap." And the first thing you say is, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah. Well, reality is just changing around you constantly.
No. The new book says that when the forces were about to clash, something went to black. You woke up 5 years after the apocalypse, alleged. You cannot go back to hell. You cannot go back to heaven, and there's no contact with anyone around you. So you're a demon like, what the fuck am I doing? Where's everybody? What happened with the apocalypse? Why am I watching Avengers? What is going on?
Yeah, okay. I think I see where they're going with that.
That's why it's lost, because there's a whole generation that happened that nobody knows what exactly happened.
Okay, but this is only in
Spanish and French.
Spanish and French, yeah.
And it still uses the 3d6 dice. So if you're a demon, you get a... Yes, it still happens.
Yeah, it still have the D666. Okay.
Yes. For those of you in the chat, in the game you roll 3 dice. If you're a demon and you got a 666, that's a critical success because Satan helps you. If you're an angel and you get a 111, that's the Holy Trinity. So God helps you.
Yeah. So you get how you critically succeed. It changes depending on what faction you're part of. But at the same time, it's still, you have to get 3 of one number, which has an equal chance of happening.
Yes.
Yeah, it does also mean that angels can't fail at certain things.
Yes.
And demons also, one of the problems is that demons also can't succeed on certain things. And
exactly.
that's kind of an issue. That's kind of a problem. And one of the problems I really had about Inomine is I originally thought that the idea was that you were a bunch of rebel angels and a bunch of malcontent demons who were just like, fuck this. We're going to run around. We're going to fight crime or like something stupid like that. I thought it was like you were all going to be in a mixed band. And then it wasn't. And I was really disappointed because I really liked the idea of forcing people playing angels and people playing demons to have to get along together. It's like you have to find a way to fucking function.
No, that can happen because, like I said, angels cannot reach heaven, nor the holy host, nor the archangels. And demons cannot go back to hell nor anything. So it's like, what the fuck do we do now? Also, now you can play a saint. Saint being a human who got touched by the power of God, and now you're basically the Boondock Saints, or I believe it's called Unholy Host, which is basically you're raised by your family to be a Satanist,
right?
And now you're a bodyguard of a demon, basically.
Okay.
The guy is saying basically he wanted to play Lucifer, Jack, and Burton says you should make an RPG. He's working on it.
Well, yeah. There actually is. There are two things I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to put my focus on, and I haven't figured out which one's going to come first. One is resurrecting the old steampunk time travel RPG. That there's already been a ton of work on that, but we figured out another way to do it, and so it's like, well, I could redo that system. That wouldn't be too bad. The other one is the other one I'm working on, which is all about try not to
God
talk about it too. Yeah, God is dead, and the underworld is in chaos, and everyone lives in a kind of multicultural underworld that literally exists. But one of the problems is that it's supposed to be both, how to put it? It's supposed to be a cyberpunk-like game, but instead of mega corporations, it's temples and churches. And you are kind of the scrubs. You're the guys that live on the streets of the underworld, and you're related to big powerful shit, but you ain't big powerful shit yet. You're like part mortal. And so you live in the slums, you live in the ghetto, but occasionally it's one of those things where like, oh, okay, a Franciscan monk needs you to go in here and fucking fuck up some shit for these Gorgons that live in the area. So you gotta go in there and kill them, and they'll reward you with this stuff called Gnosis, which are bits of dead God that contain power.
By the way, changing subject so you don't reveal too much.
Yeah.
I mentioned that I'm usually head to this RPG store. I went a couple of days ago, and the owner sometimes she gives me stuff like I have a game that nobody's playing, so here, I know you will appreciate it. And she gave me something that reminded me of you.
Oh,
it's a demo.
It's
the
Shadowrun Crossfire. Oh, geez, I've
yet.
never played that,
but looks interesting. And the second thing is, something happened to me a couple of days ago that made me think about what we were discussing about racism, and you're gonna love this.
Okay.
So I have an acquaintance. She's North American.
Okay.
At one point I tell her, oh, I'm South American, so I speak Spanish. Okay, fair enough. At one point she says, hello, how you been? I go like, fine, what about you? And she says something like, muito bem. We're like, oh. I say, você fala português? And she told me, oh my God, you're such a liar. What do you mean? Basically, my dad lived in Brazil for a while. He told me a little bit of Portuguese.
Yeah.
She said, Portuguese and Spanish are not the same thing, so you're a racist and a liar. And I was like,
what?
How? And she stopped talking to me.
That's a really strange miscommunication.
Yeah, so apparently because I understand English, Portuguese, and Spanish, I'm a racist. Because in her mind, yeah, I don't know.
Wait,
dude.
How is that supposed to even work? Like,
all I'm gonna say is she had the accent.
She what? Oh, she had what?
He had the accent.
She had the accent. Oh. Well, see, now that's racism. But
sorry, but
yeah. Okay. So she's an American, or
yeah, she comes from the Bible Belt, for what she told me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
but I'm like, but Brazil speaks Portuguese. That's
and Portuguese is pretty close to Spanish.
Yeah, it is, but it ain't exact. You can kind of get by a little bit.
Yeah.
My favorite. Oh my God. One of my favorite jokes in the Marvel Universe Hulk movie is fucking Bruce Banner walking around somewhere in South America. He doesn't know where he is, and he got Pablo Español, You know, and a guy comes by and in Portuguese says, "Sorry, I don't speak Spanish."
Sorry, Pejón, muito no fala español.
Yeah. He just walks on, and like nobody, like a couple of people in the theater laughed. I fucking almost busted up because I'm like, okay, he's in Brazil. You know, like I know where he is. He's in Brazil. You know?
Oh, and I have another story about racism, and you're gonna love this. I'm a moderator in a World of Darkness Discord server.
Oh,
and we have a guy who only shows up to say every writer of World of Darkness is a racist and a Nazi.
No. If you want to say some of them are so if you want to say a lot of them are racist, yeah, there have been some. But if you want to go like full Nazi, I don't know about now.
Listen to this.
Those are really I'm sure there's like one.
Okay,
but like,
listen to this.
Go on.
I will explain to you, and you will Google it. So you know how some books have example for Rolf, right? Like Rudy's gonna. Do
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, 1488. There is an example roll in one of the books that was 1488, and I remember that because that was one of the times when I was like, I think someone needs to know about that. I think someone needs to be told about that. So the Countess did. Like, we actually were like, yo, I don't know if you know about this, but 1488 is actually
Nazis.
That's actually Nazi dog whistle shit. And they were like, yo, okay. And then they just changed the numbers. Like it was like that. Like the next day they changed it. You know, but the problem with that was how to put it.
A lot of people came out of the woods.
Yeah, a lot of people came out of the woods, and one of the biggest problems is that you can get yourself in a position, and I don't know, I would love to say that this was a bad on White Wolf's part, but it isn't. It's just something that happens to the point where there is a point at which the criticism gets so great, you stop listening to to nothing. And the only thing you respond to isn't outrage, but someone calmly telling you what's going on, who's got a little bit of, shall we say, cachet. You know, sometimes a friend of a friend will do. You know, but if you're coming out of nowhere and you're just like, they can't even. You get to a point when you're making something, you can't even see that because it's a thing that you scroll by and you're like, okay, more people are pissed. You don't even have time to read it. You have time to read it. You know, so you need something else, like a real criticism that comes from someone that you used to work with or something of that nature. That'll get your attention. You know, like that'll get your attention. But like anything less than that, that's just noise. And most of the noise is complete bullshit anyway. So when something real happens, they're never going to know. You know, because they got better things to do, because they have other things to do than just scroll through Tumblr posts all day.
Dude.
You know, which is what it would take to actually fucking sift through all of it. Because there's so much.
When this shit happened, me and the remotes were like, do you remember the episode of The Simpsons where Ned Flanders is like looking every single TV show for something offensive? I just imagine this guy going with a glass lens, Sherlock going like, this word, he used this term, so he's excluding this gender.
Yeah. The thing was, oh God, I know way more about this whole thing than I care to. That whole thing is a dark pit of awful that basically comes down to one guy.
Yeah.
And that guy was Zak Sabbath. Zak Sabbath. Yeah, is one guy.
Okay.
I don't know how to put it, but Zak Sabbath allegedly was part of Gamergate. Now, I was like, when that happened, I was like, okay, whatever. Like, or he's a gamer, whatever. Like, how bad could he have been really? Turns out, way worse than I had imagined. He made this like his real. He made Gamergate his real big cause, and one of the ways he allegedly dodged. I'd say allegedly a lot here. Allegedly dodged responsibility is by getting on his wife's social media account and writing defenses of him through her. That accusation came out after she and him got divorced. But like 2 years after they had gotten divorced, because they were not public about the divorce. So very few people know. Sabbath was one of the people that worked on the edition of White Wolf that had a lot of the problems. Where people were like, wow, it's a lot of Nazi bullshit, and that's because he was a complete troll. He's a complete like 4chan troll. And I found it weird because I'm like, dude, you're fucking married to a porn star. Why do you need to fucking troll on 4chan? Like, get your fucking priorities straight. Like, at that point, it's one of those like, I'm married to a porn star. At that point, I'm sorry. Shouldn't you be promoting your wife's work and going to the next fucking promotional orgy or something? Something. Like something cool. But you're gonna be bitching with people on 4chan? Who the fuck cares? I'm like, you live in the dream. What the hell's wrong with you? But apparently, allegedly, no, he got really super fucking involved, and none of this came out until like Gamergate was long over. And he would apparently also sock puppet. He would sock puppet defenses of him. But the thing that was the weirdest was the transgender issue stuff. That was weird.
This is the first time I hear
Oh,
about it,
wow.
by the way.
Okay, so a lot of people got mad at him for some incident involving transgender issues. Now, with that said, I read it, at least I think I found what I believe to be the offending text. I read it and I was like, this is nothing. Now, when you get into the war, the defensive back and forth that happens between him and his critics, that's where it got bad. That's where it got bad. But the initial offending quote was not a big deal. It's one of those, no, this is totally not a big deal. And I'm like, if he had ignored it and been like, no, that's ridiculous. Like it would have completely gone away, and then the people getting mad at him would have been crazy. But no, that's not what happened.
Reminds me, dude.
He engages, he becomes defensive, and all of a sudden, actually, I don't think he's Swedish. I'm pretty sure he's American. Yeah, and then just ba-boom. And then you had that, and it was definitely one of those things where I was like, no. I don't think, despite all the negative things that I could say about the guy, him being transphobic, I do not believe is one of them. But it was the big, dumb blow-up that happened that brought everything else to life.
Dude, that reminds me. Do you know the controversy that happened with Lamentations of the Fire Princess?
Lamentations of the Fire
The Flame
Princess.
Princess.
Let me.
So it's a very dark book. I haven't read it yet. I'm not my cup of tea, right?
Lamentations of the Flame Princess. This sounds very fucking familiar.
Now there was a controversy.
Okay.
Listen to this. There was a book which was being made through Kickstarter. They reached their goal.
Okay.
The book arrives to it gets printed, arrives to the facility where they keep the books to send it to the people who paid. The owner of the establishment sees the cover of the book, says this is offensive, and he burns every single copy.
What?
Now, it's a game that touches feminism and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What do
It's
you
called
think
Lamentations of the Flame Princess. I assume.
What do you think was offensive, dude?
Well, I don't know because I'm looking at the cover and it's just
Okay.
a woman looking into a pool of water.
Okay, the book is called She Bleeds. It has to do with menstruation. The cover
That's not
is
okay.
literally the cover is literally this. Imagine the legs of a woman like this, her thighs, a little bit of blood here, and a little bit of blood here.
Wait, what's this called? What's this book called?
She Bleeds.
Okay.
Lamentation of the book. Well, the final plane.
Bleeds. RPG book. Let me see. Let me see if I can
And
find
that-
it because okay, so
Yeah,
not legend. Oh,
Is that offensive? I don't think it is that offensive.
I can
really.
see how
I've
people.
seen worse.
Let me put it this way. Let me find this image because
I don't know if you can post it
I-
here because YouTube it's
no,
complicated.
it's not like no, this is not explicit at all.
Okay.
You know, there it is. She Bleeds. All right. So, what
Mm-hmm.
was the idea behind this book?
For what I understand, it has to do with magic related to the menstruation stuff like that.
Okay, let me good old fashioned down home country. Let me see if I can find
The article?
Well, let me see if I can find like something about the actual book. Company destroys Lamentations of the Fire. Okay, yeah, here's a Reddit thread about the thing that happened. Oh my god. Can't they sue someone?
Oh yes, yeah.
Okay. She
It
Bleeds,
just-
Lamentations of the Fire Princess. Okay, so the good thing is it seems like you can't get it on
Drive through, yeah,
drive through, or can you?
yeah. You
I
can
must
in PDF
log
of-
in and modify my account information. What? What do you mean
Ah,
modify
because
my
it's adult.
Oh, Jesus
It's adult.
fucking Christ.
Do
Yeah.
you want me to send you the summary up? Give me 5 seconds. Hold on. Run through RPG.
damn it. Email
the way-
already in use. Yeah, of course email. I'm logging in, you piece of crap.
Um,
Incorrect
check Twitter, I'm gonna-
password. Oh, Jesus.
wait.
I know what my
Yeah, look.
password is. Okay, maybe not.
Is your password?
No, it is not.
Damn it.
Well, let me put it this way. I haven't had to use my drive-in RPG password in fucking years. Because
Okay,
why would I? You know?
Here, I'm gonna send you the summary up through your Twitter account.
You know.
There you go. Do pardon my bad English, but it says, She Bleeds is a gaming supplement for Lamentations of the Flame Princess, offering characters unique abilities if they engage with otherworldly entities. This is not an adventure, but a supplement adding new character features. Therefore, most of the supplement will require an adventure, and most certainly with at least one adventurer who is seduced into making questionable choices in exchange for the weird.
Okay. Like, well, here's the one problem I have with the cover then is I do not get that from the cover. You know, to me, I look at this and I'll be honest, I think if I spit on your grave, which is fine for me, you know, I don't have a problem with that. But when I saw this, I was like, oh, is this like, I thought it was like a rape revenge supplement for this game or something, because like, that's what I thought of when I saw the cover. But, and I'm at that level, I'd have been like, damn, well, that's some deep shit.
Yeah.
That's some deep shit. Like, I have to read this now. But if it's literally just like, maybe
guys
there's
in the
more
chat-
to it, but like that's a burn completely done by the cover, and that's fucking.
Dude,
Ooh.
let's be honest. I see the covers. Have you seen the cover of the new cult book with the angel holding her tits and all that?
No, I haven't. New cult book.
No, book called Divinity Lost. Just
Divinity
Google
Lost.
for it.
Okay, Divinity Lost cover. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, like
It's an
there's not. That's way less explicit.
yeah, but still, seeing an angel with chains and all that.
Yeah, yeah,
I know
yeah.
people
But
could
I
be a
mean,
little bit
like,
iffy.
which one hits you in the face harder? The angel with the chains,
Yeah, good
or a
point.
woman with blood on her legs, and that's it. Like it, and that's it. Because the
Yeah.
funny thing is, I look at this and I really do just think crime thriller. You
The guys in
know,
the chat are also saying that they believe it's a poster for a horror movie or a 60s exploitation movie.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Which is, if that's what it is, that's fine. But I'm getting the impression that's not what it is.
She comes from revenge. She's gonna kill them all because she bleeds.
Because she bleeds. When a woman bleeds for 4 days, but she doesn't die, she bleeds. Rated R, you know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It looks far more like that. It looks like that, which is, I thought the idea was, it was like, oh, okay, we're doing Lamentations of the Flame Princess, but we're doing like 60s and 70s exploitation movies or something. You know,
Yeah.
like I thought that's what it was. And
Yeah.
it's too bad because I probably would have bought the book if it was.
Honestly, dude, I mean, I can understand if you get offended, but dude, you're burning property.
I'm not, well, let me put it this way. I'm not offended. I might be offended simply because I'm like, oh, this is not what I thought it was.
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of like, if it's like when it's like when you're at the VHS store or you buy a movie based on the fucking DVD cover or something, and
Oh, yeah.
you're like, that scene never happens.
By the
Now
way,
I'm angry. Now I'm angry
wanted to-
because this scene doesn't happen.
there's something I wanted to tell you about. Speaking about movies and what we expect and all that.
Mhm.
I did a little bit of introspect while watching a TV show. Have you ever watched Mission Hill?
That sounds familiar. I believe I have.
It's a cartoon. It's a TV show. It's a cartoon that got like 13 episodes and it was canceled. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's very good. And it made me think that when I was little, I was on a very religious high school. I mean,
Mhm.
school. When I was like 7 to 9, and I was a coward basically. I always said this, like I was afraid of Freddy Krueger. I believed the alien creature lived in the sewers and whatnot, and they pretty much shoved into my head the whole idea that other gods like Zeus and all that was just bullshit.
Mhm.
So when I was little, I was very fucking conservative. In the show, there's a very conservative character. The type that if you tell me, "Hey, dude, let's go get a beer," I will be like, "No, because if the cops arrest me because I'm young and I cannot be drinking and I will lose my chances to go to college." And I used to be like that.
Got
Then
it.
I saw A Nightmare on Elm Street, and I changed. Horror made me go more like, stop being such a wussy, dude. Just chill out.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You faced a fear. You can change now. You know?
I don't know if you know people who's used to be one way, but then they saw a horror movie or something like that and made them go like more like, you know what, I should be more chilled.
Yeah. So is the idea? Oh, I see. This episode is all about. This episode that I found is all about. It's an evil twin episode.
Wait, no. Mission Hill? No. It's Mission Hill. Pretty much is about this idea. A guy on his mid-20s. He's a cartoonist. His parents are leaving town. I mean, he lives outside the city. His parents are leaving town. He's going to take the dog and take care of the dog. The thing is, he has a very obnoxious little brother, and the parents tell him at the last minute, dude, you're taking care of your little brother. So he has to go. So he has to reluctantly take this younger brother to this town called Mission Hill, where it's an adult TV show.
Right.
And to give you an example of what's the quality of the episodes, the youngest brother, he has all the craze for Star Wars and all that thing. One of the episodes, they show you a homosexual couple. It's the first TV show that shows you a homosexual couple kissing. And he tells him, I know you like science fiction, but what if you watch the real good science fiction? Oh, well, like with robots? No, like 2001: A Space Odyssey. And then he finds out that this gay guy, he made Plan 9 from outer space to conquer an actor who he fell in love with. who eventually became his husband.
Huh.
It's a slice of life, but it's very atemporal. It's beautiful, dude. It's one of the best shows I have ever watched in my life, and I would highly recommend it to you. Like I said, it's entirely on YouTube.
Okay. Well, I'll check it out at some point. Yeah, Yeah,
there's one episode. There's one little episode that reminds me of you, dude.
Oh yeah?
In a good sense. The guys they live in the same apartment, and one of the episodes there, two of the guys, their older brother and his best friend, are arguing because they want to do a barfathon, picking all movies involving barf. The Exorcist, the Monty Python's Meaning of Life, Stand by Me, the video for toxicology on the hospitals, and a video called Barfly, which is an art movie. And then they're watching the movies, and their best friend goes like, "Dude, I cannot take it anymore. Why? The puke is making you disgust? No, I don't. I think so much puke that I'm afraid I will get desensitized and get bored by it."
Okay, let's see. Lamentations of the Flame Princess. I found a video of someone talking about Lamentations of the Flame Princess.
Okay.
Let's see. Lamentations of the Flame Princess's role-playing activities were conceived under the dread gloom of Finnish writer and consummated during the darkless summer by a displaced American on a steady diet of Jules Verne, Edgar Allan Poe. Okay, well, what is it?
Because you said that he is
weird fantasy role-playing. Okay, all right. All right. Okay.
Dark king from dark minds from the dark setting with darkness, and darkness and dungeons.
Lamentations of the Flame Princess. All right. Let's see if we can find a decent one. Veins of the Earth. Blah 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 blah. All right. This one is mainly talking.
Diaries, and in this RPG review, I'm going to be reviewing this book, Lamentations of the Flame Princess, weird fantasy role-playing. Play a core book, rules and magic.
Okay. Let's see. There we go.
Now, for this review, I'm looking at a book that I stayed away from for quite some time, and that is, as I've said, the Lamentations of the Flame Princess.
I just stay away from the book.
I've known about the existence of this OSR system for some time, but I've deliberately stayed away from it. This is because when you mention the game, you tend to get one of two reactions from people. You either get the
Think D&D characters on something dropped into Clark Ashton's Speed, reading Solomon Kane, a song by Cannibal Corpse. What?
Or you get
D&D meets Solomon Kane meets Cannibal Corpse.
Graphic fest with obscene art and modules. Now, I'm quite willing to admit
my reaction
like
was,
most people, if I hear
again?
something for long enough from enough people, then it tends to gain a sort of spiritual gravitas, I suppose you could call it. So for a long time, I avoided Lamentations of the Flame Princess, and it was only after hearing the game mentioned by a number of people whose RPG opinions that I respect that I decided to give it a go. And I must say, I've never been more happy to admit that my initial impressions were quite wrong. So if you're new to my reviews, this is how I've been doing them for a short while. I normally give a quick rating at the start based on 4 categories, which you'll see appear on the screen now. And that's so that if you just want to get a quick capture review, you can just listen to this bit. Whereas if you want a more detailed review, that will come afterwards. So let's crack on with the rating.
This guy is called
first
Red
of all,
Dice
the
Diaries.
The writing of the book is clear, but manages to convey a subtle sense of the weird fantasy / dark atmosphere that is one of the game's main selling points. And it's a genre that I'm quite a big fan of, so I'm giving that a plus. Next, we have the look of the book. The book is small and easy to carry, which, if you watch my channels and my ramblings about RPGs, you know I think that's a big plus. The black and white art inside the book is very striking, and the colour artwork, while sometimes a little risque in some pieces, is well crafted and fits the mood of the game. The book also uses the interior front and back covers to feature a list of equipment and some useful charts, all in this striking and quite easy to read red and white colour scheme, which is a great use of an oft ignored space in a book. So again, it's a big plus for that. Now we come to the system. At its core, the Lamentations of the Flame Princess system is the old school level-based D&D that we're pretty much all familiar with.
Okay.
There are a few differences, such as the reduction in the number of classes available and the use of a D6-based skill system. Bottom line, if you're familiar with D&D, you won't have any problems adapting to this system, and if you're not, it's very easy to pick up. So again, it's a big tick and a plus from me. And finally, we come to the background of the book. And although it's largely a neutral system book, as you'd expect, in that it doesn't provide a full campaign setting, the writing of the book does a great deal to convey a sense of the sort of campaigns typical of Lamentations of the Flame Princess. The emphasis on maritime adventures in one of the chapters and an appendix on firearms later on in the book speaks to a more Renaissance or late era campaign than is typical of D&D. That's not to say that Lamentations of the Flame Princess can only be used for those sort of settings, but that's certainly the vibe I got from the book. And again, its appearance, I think, is
I was expecting something a little bit more.
So again, it's a big plus.
Campaign
like,
based,
As
yeah,
you can
yeah,
tell
some more
from those
campaign based
ratings,
shit.
pluses across the board.
So, all right,
I'm a
so
big
Lamentations is a system. All right, and that's all it is. So let's go over to this one, which specifically talks about She Bleeds.
Yeah. Possibly about the controversy going around the book. You know, I was thinking that if it's about controversy, I think the darkest game I have read and I have is Little Fears.
The first lines of this.
Okay. Now this is Lamentations of the Flame Princess She Bleeds review system check. All right.
Like all the other Gen Con exclusives, this one intrigued me as well. For booklets, $30. Heck yeah. I reviewed Sounds of the Mushroom Kingdom already, so you can check that out as well. On my flight back from the con, I peeked into She Bleeds, getting a weird look from my rich as fuck neighbor, which just made me smile at him. Needless to say, we didn't talk during the flight. Thanks, Raji. Already good use for the book. But then I read the first lines and I closed it again. Kind of reminded me of some very
I gotta say, I'm
wicked
intrigued.
social justice warrior stuff on crack. So I just read another one on the flight.
Well, I'm saying.
Of course, I read it when I was.
Wait.
at
Wiccan
home,
social
so
justice
are you
warrior crap? Wait,
curious?
what? What's going on? All right, hold on.
So this
what she
book,
says.
focusing on women and their hardship, was written by Elizabeth Chaipraditkul. I'm so sorry, Elizabeth. I prefer to butcher the party, not names.
Butcher the party,
art
not
by
names.
Rachel
Wow.
Tu and Yannick Bouchard. So I was right in one aspect. It is about her, the goddess from another dimension who loves strong women and punishes the weak. She wants sacrifices. And yes, it's about menstruation, but in a twisted way. You could call the whole book an additional character
Real
class
Knight
on
is
top of the
saying
class you
it's
choose to
imagine
play,
if
or maybe like a
Carlton
kit
Malik
if
III
you want
wrote
to
Solomon
compare it
Kane. That doesn't mean anything to me.
to AD&D second edition.
Solomon Kane part I can see.
Well, Solomon Kane, I know what that is, but I don't know who Carlton Malik is.
Natural infection.
GL, you
or
have to
calling of
push
a
it even
god
further,
or
but all I can see
supreme
is that
being.
everybody's saying black
It's
metal
not
and
only
grindcore.
for women, but it's going
Oh.
for men as well. So turning
Yeah.
them into. That's my take on She Bleeds now.
All right, so
The cover
I won't,
art is
dude, I won't
very
deny it. I'm
minimalistic,
fascinated by this. Like,
so
now I'm
that
gonna
the
read
words
it
have
to figure out what the hell is
I
this
have-
thing.
in my opinion. Let's see.
what's the meat of this? All right.
And of course,
I don't
you
know,
get
but I've been
nice
told it's a
gold
very
color
dark,
cover
green
and
dark,
black
utterly dark,
border.
darkest, blacker than
$10
black type
Aw.
of book.
Craziness, yes, please. 4 sheep butts.
Sounds like something out of Metalocalypse.
Hold on, I can't hear this thing. Hold on.
The cover art is
All right,
very
cover art. Fuck that.
only,
We know.
and only 2 being of the iconic lemon.
Ew.
That one is resting kind of art. The avatar of her reminds me so much of my worst nightmare, Samara of the Ring. That one is
that just looks like
only
shit.
projected, so it's really hard not to find what you need. Though 3 butts.
Layout.
The fonts are pictures.
Fuck the layout. Mechanics. Here we go.
The cycle of the movie, easy and well thought out. If the character doesn't want to use a solid of 5 sheep butts.
Okay. Here we go.
The mechanics are pretty easy and well thought out. If the character doesn't want to or can't buy a safe end of the infection, he or she literally begins the ritual with the cycle of the moon, hence the connection to menstruation.
Okay.
In those 8 parts of the cycle, different things are happening to or are expected from your character, granting different beneficial or harmful effects, sometimes depending on the actions of said character.
Oh.
For example, with the new moon, the avatar of her crawls out of the character's pores after he buries a body in wet soil. The avatar will then travel with the character until the next phase of the moon, and will aid him or her during the travels until the next moon phase. Imagine an even more twisted Samara from the Ring joining your party.
Okay.
And like I said, the avatar aids you, but depending on your roles and actions, you could potentially be harmed as well. This is the face of the moon, which has the most impact. It's with her saliva, or she can poison weapons with it. Everything has a pro and if you bring this fully in her grasp. She has to continue those different rituals during the moon phases until the end of her.
Okay, I don't know what's going on here. I find myself just going like, just get to it. It was disgusting. I don't fucking care what was about. It looks like a mess. This looks like a hot mess. This is all the earmarks of a hot mess. You know, which I would probably, more than anything else, I have a feeling that this is something that Lamentations of the Flame Princess is something I would pick up just from this, look at and go, whatever, I could just play D&D 5th edition. You know, it's, I can add, like, let me put it this way. You want to put boobs and blood back in role-playing games? I got no problem with that. But in fact, I'd probably be a core audience. But as part of the core audience, I have to say, what are we doing, dude? Like, what are we doing? Because game is a bad way to get across boobs and blood. Art is great, though. You know, if you just want to create that kind of art, it's like, oh, no, great. Yeah, there we go. But a game, that's a little weird,
dude.
Like, that's a little strange. Like,
I'm about to say something that I'm gonna get a lot of flack for saying this, but if you want to go into that kind of territory, there's something called Fatal.
Well, a lot of people are making that comparison. Although it also sounds like a lot of people are saying that comparison isn't fair, because, like, she's describing this class, this whatever this book is, this She Bleeds book, and I find myself going, could you just, oh my God, get down to it. What am I doing? What is this? You know, it's like, okay, and by what is this, I mean, like, okay, you are the host of a Blood Queen. That's the character class. Oh, okay, thank you. You know, like, thank you for telling me what the fuck is going on. You know, I need to know these things. I need to be able to tell whether I'm going to be swinging a weapon around. Am I going to be casting spells? Is something else happening? I need to know this immediately. You know, so if you're,
morbidly curious?
Yeah, well, I can't, if you're morbidly curious, I can't imagine anything in this book would be that objectionable, you know, except from a game design standpoint.
That reminds me, dude. I was looking for something around here, but I couldn't find it. Punish now are making RPGs in a very interesting sense. They sold you a book. I would say, hold on. no bigger than this. About, I would say, 200 pages. The thing is, the system is very quick, but the book already contains a chronicle that lasts 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So there are games designed to be run once or twice to the same group of people, and with one chronicle. That's about it. So they're basically trying to simplify the RPG experience. So let's say that you have 1 or 2 hours to burn out. You roll 3d6. Your character sheet is already made, and you go through this adventure, which the book already contains. And the whole setting expands around that adventure and nothing more. I have this book which is about the plague doctors trying to fight a disease in the sense of medicine and in the sense of trying to kill it.
Oh, like is this Victoriana?
No. This is another game. I can't remember the name of the game. It's Spanish RPG. I think it's called La Plaga, the Plague, or something like that.
Huh.
Gnosis. I can't remember. I had it somewhere around here, but I can't seem to find it right now. But it's an interesting format where they sell you the book, you read it once, or you can read as you are DMing it. It's meant to be a very, very self-explanatory adventure type. So you don't have to go with huge campaigns and a lot of planning. You just grab the book, read it once, and then you can run it. And you can follow the steps of the adventure. Personally, I like it. For if you have to go to a RPG event and you don't have anything planned, you just run that, and that's about it.
Right. But yeah, this is a lot of
Well,
what is Sounds of the Mushroom Kingdom? Like, okay, what was that?
Wait, are you flying to Adventure Territory?
Like our kettle.
It's really weird because, like, you know,
Did I open a Pandora box?
Well, I'm looking at, like, I'm just looking at some of these RPG channels, and I'm like, okay, well, oh God, now I'm remembering someone mentioned, like, Spoonie's whole thing about when he played, like, Legend of the Five Rings. No, that's what that game's like, man. That's what that game's like.
They duel.
Yeah, they duel.
Yeah.
You know, it.
Okay, I found something that seems interesting, but I don't see it as an RPG.
Yeah.
I'm checking this is Spanish production company that not only translates RPGs, they sometimes release them. So it's an RPG based on the art, because they got the guy, and the narrative of Luis Arroyo.
What's it called?
Malefic Time.
Malefic Time.
With a C. Malefic Time.
Luis Arroyo. Malefic Time Project. Okay.
Yeah.
Malefic Time. I
don't know what to think about this RPG. Like just a showcase of Luis Arroyo art with rules.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I like the guy, but I think how to put it. You know what you're getting when you get Luis Arroyo, basically.
Yeah.
Like I think I have one of his tattoo, but it's like I hate to put it like this.
Well, at one point there was supposed to be a computer game.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
You know, Oh well. Oh man. Well, I think all right, I think we're just like falling down a rabbit hole at this point, so I think maybe we should end the stream, because we're just going to be like looking at like random shit, and that's not particularly entertaining.
Yeah.
You know, I want to thank everyone for showing up. Thank you. I want to thank CAN EVRENOL for spending time with us. That was amazing. You should all follow him on Twitter. And I want to thank you, my man, for coming on as well. I also want to thank Captain Goat. And I had a great time, like, just doing, like, random stuff. Oh, hi, Yana Ravinsky. How you doing? You're just in time for sign-off.
By the way, dude.
Yeah.
There was something I wanted to ask Can when he was talking to you. I haven't seen much of Turkish cinema, but I really want him to do something other than Lovecraft stories. Like, I would like to see him trying to adapt the story of Abdullah Hazarena.
That'd be cool. Like, I actually think he should do if the Hellraiser movies weren't so, like, the rights weren't so jacked up, I would love to see him do, like, a real Hellraiser movie. You know, but
Dude,
you know, who knows? We will see where things go.
we need a Hellraiser movie. It's
We need
been
a real
how many
one.
years?
We need a real one. You know. All right. So, till next time, everybody, I will see you all again at Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and again next Sunday at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And until then, Ave Satanas, Disco Inferno, and keep watching fucked up movies. Good night.
Good night.